shows.
Hey, oh my god, yeah, this shit is funny as hell. I can't
If Joe
believe
Budden was bisexual, he probably just date Dominican bi. So he has a type.
That gives a whole new meaning to the song "Pump It Up." That's all I'm saying.
you disrespectful motherfucker.
Yo,
Hey, if he didn't say it, I was going to, but whatever.
And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
WWE, what the fuck?
And that's probably what we're gonna get to first. We have Dion.
Help me, nigga. Help me.
We got D Wolf.
Greetings.
We got Crystal.
hola.
And last but not least, we have Q the Reach God.
Aaron Rodgers, you lying son of a bitch.
What?
Open up, nigga, you lying, cheating bastard.
What? That was random. What we cussing out Aaron Rodgers for?
I think he lied about getting the shot. So, is that it, Q?
Yes, that's exactly.
That was it. He lied about.
He
He
lied
lied about getting the shot.
He lied about getting a vaccine shot to everybody in America, and then he proceeded to live his life without the precautions, and then got himself COVID. So now he has to go through.
A lot of people have gotten the vaccine, have gotten vaccinated, and then still caught the virus.
But it's different when you don't have the vaccine and how you deal with other people around you, and you're playing football. This is a professional sport. If you don't have the vaccine, you could have openly said, I don't have the vaccine, and you could have took protocols because you don't have the vaccine. But you walked around as if you didn't have the vaccine, and you put other people in serious danger while not wearing a mask, being in public places. And then now you want to look at everybody like everybody knows you're a fucking liar.
Sure. Oh, God.
Move to Cali.
You lying bastard. That's
If he goes in Cali, he'll get away with that.
Shining Wolf pull up with a whole house party in the background.
What the fuck up, y'all?
what's good. What's good, man?
Hola.
How you? What
I'm
you
doing
had you had a shindig? You had
Nah, that was I was just listening to something before.
Nah,
I called.
he's at a hoot nanny.
He's at a hoot nanny.
A hoot nanny. Yeah, I got this style old as shit. Went to a hoot nanny.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Remember
meet you
back
down
in-
this hoot nanny.
Back in 1952, I remember back in my day, we went to a hoot nanny. Boy, I wasn't the same ever again. It's that.
That's where I met Matilda.
That's why I met back on the Mississippi
Who
River.
the fuck did you meet?
we need
He
to go.
had legs as long as the Nile River.
I had a few beers with my boy, but follow me.
I remember that day like it was yesterday. I met that girl Gershon from down the street. She bought me a can of strawberry jam, and we both put it on bagels and talked all day and watched the sunset go down. And then afterwards, we went down to the beach. I put some sand in the bag and I put it in the back of my truck, and then left sync.
What the fuck is happening?
You know what's funny? I know people that actually they take sand from the beach and then put it in their car.
What? We need to get on with the damn show. What the fuck?
I'm on one today. Hey Ray, shout out to me because I ain't forget what my final thought is about today.
I wrote it down for you if you did.
Thank God, because I got some words for that bitch ass nigga.
All right, well, let's get to the hot commodity, which is right now. WWE done have some more releases. So if spring cleaning was over, I guess it's not. People like Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Scarlett, Karrion Kross, Ember Moon, or as most of the panel calls her, Ember Coon. B-Fab from Hit Row, which is sad for me because she ain't even fucking damn near wrestle. Frankie
Yeah, like
Monet
one
was
He's
match.
been in
actually
2
doing
matches.
good in fucking NXT, and they just said, "Nah, bitch, we just gonna cut you." And then I guess an assortment of others I probably don't give a fuck about, but I should because they're people without jobs. But we just seen this. How y'all feeling about these WWE cuts, man?
They broke.
I
Why
don't think it's a
B-Fab
money. I
though?
don't think it's budget cuts.
B-Fab was the one that really got me because, like, bruh, she's part of Hit
Yo,
Row.
it got me too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the one that confused me the most. They just moved Hit Row from NXT to SmackDown, and then you just gonna drop her like that?
they was doing all them
Just
promos and shit, and then they just release her. Like, nah, come on, man.
shit.
I'm pretty sure she got
Poor
released
girl ain't
because she
even really
probably
getting
said
to do
hi.
nothing. Shit.
Vince McMahon just like be firing people off of anything. She probably just said hi to him the wrong way. He was like, "Who the fuck? Bye, bitch." And just that feels sad. Yo, Vince is a weirdo. Oh yeah, Nia Jax too, which Dion is happy about, but I'm actually kind of sad for.
I'm sad too.
That one was a long time coming. And there's nothing anyone can say to change my mind on that.
I just thought she was catching her stride. Because she was actually like beating people up. Didn't she beat Charlotte? She beat Charlotte recently. Like, she was in her stride. I wanted to see where they were going with that. A more serious Nia Jax. Like a Nia Jax that was actually out for blood. That's something that I would have been interested in looking at. But WWE, them motherfuckers just they irk me. They really irk me.
They gotta cut these part timers them big ass $1 million checks, man. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg need their money, so everyone else gotta suffer.
They just came back from Saudi Arabia.
I was about to say they just came back. And like this is probably like one of their better financial years.
Hey man,
this is one of their better financial years. I don't understand why they're cutting people, other than like they're not using people.
That's probably why they're cutting people. They're not confident.
Oh yeah, Eva Marie got kicked, fired too. Shout out to Tyrell. He hates Eva Marie.
They had no business rehiring her. I hate that bitch too. Shit, she was boring.
I mean,
boring.
We lost the icon.
Eva Marie was boring.
Why? But okay, she can be boring, but y'all be hostile against her.
It's just Tyrell. Tyrell.
The only female I think was more boring than Eva Marie was fucking Eve Torres.
Yeah, I didn't like Eve either, but that was a long time ago.
Stop bringing up bad memories, man.
I'm saying.
What the fuck?
I will never know. Let me tell you the worst memory I have of Eva Torres when fucking R-Truth debuted his new theme song, whatever, that for a little bit.
Shut up.
And she was in the ring fucking dancing to the shit.
That was her.
Can you even call that dancing?
She used to be a cheerleader.
Nigga, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that wasn't cheerleading or dancing. She embarrassed herself. That was embarrassing.
She embarrassed R-Truth.
Shoot, look,
like
it's impossible to embarrass
R-Truth. You butchered the debut of this man's new track with whatever the fuck you were doing. You ruined the moment for this man.
Every time I hear that song, I'm gonna think of her. Thanks.
You can't embarrass R-Truth more than R-Truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually agree with Q right there.
I mean,
yes, the dance was bad, but you can't.
It's R-Truth, my nigga. Like, let's be real.
I mean, you can't embarrass someone who really like doesn't really have any shame.
I didn't say it like it was a bad thing. I said
I know.
Like,
no, I'm with you on that. Like, I'm with you on that.
Hey, but the Karrion Kross though, father, Karrion Kross.
I'm just glad he don't have to wear that stupid ass mask anymore.
Word. WWE releasing him was a blessing for him.
It kind of was. Even though I'm sad to see him go, I'm glad he doesn't have to wear that god awful mask.
And if you they butchered him just for the simple fact of they tried to bump him up to the main roster way too fucking soon.
I don't even think it's that because he's a former
That,
world champion. Nah, he's a former world champion. Him being in the main roster didn't really have nothing to do with it. It's just the shit that they put on him that's the problem.
and taking Scarlett from him. I don't know why.
That didn't help. That didn't help. And then shit, she was one of the names released too. So it was just damn. They said fuck you and your wife.
They also did that to Keith Lee.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah,
they did that. Yeah, they did that to Keith Lee and Mia Yim. I feel who I really feel sorry for, but I kind of saw it coming because they was not using her at all. Even though she has a great gimmick for the main roster, the whole HBIC thing was just like, it's like you could have repackaged her as HBIC Mia Yim, and like could have been good.
Yeah, because I don't know what she was doing with that retribution shit. That shit did not work.
She tried,
and yeah, she really did. And you know, T-Bar.
The retribution angle was something that could have worked had it been properly fucking handled. But it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. Unfortunately.
No, but it had a great start. It had a great start.
Yes, it started beautifully.
It did.
That's how it always does.
It always.
I don't know if it was the introduction of Mustafa Ali to the group and trying to make him like the leader of the pack or whatever that ruined it, or what. But
I don't even blame him. Yeah, what ruined it was they didn't utilize them good. They were not in good storylines. Like because remember when they debuted, they fucked up SmackDown. Like they fucked up the set. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
I remember when they chopped up the ropes in the ring and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting. I was like, oh shit, I'm invested, and then nothing.
Nothing at all.
You sell them to
the
Hurt Business,
and the Hurt Business disappeared for like 2 weeks, and then they started that beef with the Hurt Business.
Bro, you know what happened to them? Remember when Evan Bourne did the fucking shooting star press and Randy Orton RKO the fuck out that man? That's exactly what happened to Retribution.
The second greatest RKO ever. That was the second greatest RKO ever.
Well put, my brother.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
Yeah, like there's no coming back from that. You just got RKO from a shooting star press. Rest in peace to Evan Bourne.
And then the next time you see him, that nigga almost killed himself in AEW.
Your career died that day.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
It's not funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not funny, but it's funny.
Rest in peace. Your career died that day.
I don't want to laugh, but I can't help it. I can't help it.
I'm sorry. No, because when I first saw that shit, I was crying laughing. And it didn't help the fact that I was high as shit when I watched that shit too. It was
that never
funny.
helps, my guy.
I was fucking crying.
Nigga, when you're stoned, everything is funny. What you mean?
Oh my god, that's the
Have
one
you ever
thing
seen Evan Bourne bust his ass on weed?
On weed.
When you're high, everything is funny.
It's astronomical, man. You gotta try it.
You can see someone get shot and you just be like, they plugged your ass.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, no, niggas when they're high laugh at everything, bro.
Not everything.
Yeah,
I'll laugh when the weed gone.
All right, so where do y'all think they're gonna go? Because AEW is not gonna get everybody. Like,
I mean,
and then like ROH is about to pack up, and Impact, I don't even think they have a budget to even get a quarter of these wrestlers. So,
did Ring of Honor literally release their entire fucking roster recently?
That's what he said.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what he said.
There you go. There you go.
That's not what he said, but okay.
That's a record.
It is what he said.
That's a record.
He said ROH is packing it up.
That's a record.
Right. I didn't know that's what the fuck he was referring to, but whatever. Anyway,
segment.
Shut up, Q.
Why did they do that in the first place?
I don't
know
ROH?
details behind that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I don't know the full details
I
behind
mean, the
that. Why did
corona,
they?
Ain't got nobody.
No, coronavirus fucked them up. Like actually,
COVID
messed them up.
Just like a bunch of other businesses. COVID fucking up a lot of businesses.
Yeah, it almost messed up Impact Wrestling too, but that deal with AEW saved them.
It did.
Who plans to go broke? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, like nobody. Yeah, like the Rona like fucked up a lot of shit. Yeah. So like when it was a blessing for wrestlers to still be employed in WWE at the time. And also, speaking of that, I just want to shout out Bayley because she fucking carried them throughout that entire shit.
Absolutely,
she did.
Andrew McIntyre.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew.
All right. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Hey, WWE, sign me.
I'm saying, you want some more wrestlers? You can sign Q. Shit. Who's gonna be the first? Who's gonna be the first person you want to have beef with though?
If I fight,
yeah.
Oh, see, I'm trying to become mainstream out the gate. So I'm trying.
So you going right after Roman Reigns, ain't you?
No, I'm gonna go to Miz.
Miz.
He's in Dancing with the Stars right now. You gotta wait.
Yeah, but yeah, he is. All right. So right, if my choice, okay, if I had a complete choice, it would be the Miz because I feel like the Miz gets anybody over. But then though right now, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want no problems with Brock Lesnar. I don't want no issues with Roman Reigns. I don't want no issues with Drew McIntyre.
I'll tell you straight up. I'd fight Brock. Just the fact that I had the heart to freaking walk in the gate like fresh as fuck and step the Brock Lesnar of all people. I feel like that's enough to get me over.
I don't want to be a jobber. I don't want to be a jobber. I'm gonna be a jobber.
That is about the worst thing you have ever said in this podcast.
I was about to say, you try to dial up the break.
I ain't gonna go out no bitch. I ain't gonna go out like no bitch. I'm gonna go out swinging.
No, it's not.
You are going to go out like
either way, you're gonna go out
Brock Lesnar. You gonna go out like a bitch.
I ain't gonna go out like no bitch. I ain't going to. He might whoop my ass, but I'm not gonna just let him whoop my ass.
I understand the business of WWE, and it would not make sense for me to come out the gate and think that I could beat Brock Lesnar straight out the gate. No, it doesn't make sense. I would want to win the crowd over some way, somehow, and if I have a ultimate heel to help win the crowd over, then maybe I can get a match with Brock Lesnar. I'm not getting a title match with Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna stay in the intercontinental area, and I'm gonna just win all of those. First person I want to throw hands with. Dang, I don't know.
I mean, you already said Miz.
Dolph Ziggler.
I'm going for Shinsuke.
I'm going Dolph Ziggler. He got it down.
Nakamura though? Hold on. Well, I understand Dolph. I get Dolph. Well, hold on. I gotta question you, Ray. Nakamura though?
Yeah. Because I want to be out there when he does his theme music. You damn right.
That's it.
Oh, so if we're doing it like that, if that's what we're doing, then I gotta fight the Undertaker because
you beat me to it.
He's not coming out of retirement for you.
That's what sounds.
I know, right? I know, right? I'm not.
Hey, I'm surprised no one said Braun Strowman because like in big sweaty men.
You ain't shit.
I like big sweaty men.
Ultimately, Randy Orton. I want to get RKO by Randy Orton. I'm sorry.
Nigga, you don't even have to have a match. You can just do it random.
Stupidest way. No, it hasn't happened like one of the most off the wall, stupidest ways, like what he did to Evan Bourne or Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I want to be like right there on the verge of winning, and then out of nowhere, he just RKO's the shit out of me, and I'm gonna put on a rock show when it comes to how I'm gonna get hit.
That shit.
Oh, I'm gonna sell.
I
Hey,
think
Father, if you know me, you know I'm gonna sell that motherfucker to the day I die.
no. This is what you do. You take that RKO and you shiver on the ground like motherfucking Bubba Ray Dudley.
No, I'm trying to be. I want to be. I want to be on that WWE top 10 worst RKO list. I don't care.
That's what I'm
You gonna
telling you.
remember me.
When you hit the ground, just start shaking.
Hey, nah, Key, what you should do is when you get RKO, you should react like when Titus O'Neil fucking slid down onto the ring.
How do you pull a Titus World slide out of an RKO?
Nah,
Q gonna find
I'm
a way.
no. I'm gonna do the Triple H. He gonna RKO me. I'm gonna hit the ground and I'm gonna
Bounce
bounce
back up
back up
and
and stand in the air
fake like
and
you
then
dizzy.
hit the ground again.
No, this is what you do. Just stand there and just wait for him to RKO you again, and then just stay down the second time. That's what you do.
The first RKO is the audacity, and the second one is the confirmation.
Right, no bullshit. Hey, I swear. Hey, I'm a company man. Y'all got me fucked up. Me and R-Truth gonna start a beef. I swear to God, it's gonna be the funniest shit in the world. Nigga, for the 24/7 title, me and R-Truth, I swear to God.
That'll be TV. That'll be funny as shit.
Reggie first.
That y'all don't understand how boy we gonna be on a plane. I'm gonna catch his ass bullshitting. I'm gonna catch his ass at the doctor, at the dentist. I'm gonna catch him when he picking his kids up from school. Think I'm playing. I'm gonna catch his ass when he at the training facility. I'm gonna catch his ass.
No, I think before you even like start the beef with R-Truth, like go after Reggie, and then like how would you catch Reggie of all people lacking and take that belt from him?
What I'm gonna do,
motherfucker.
I'm gonna wait till R-Truth go to church. He gonna get baptized, and while he's under the water, I'm gonna quietly fly in the water, and they're going 1, 2, 3 on top of the water, and I'm gonna get the title and roll out.
And nobody gonna see him.
And nobody gonna see him.
And they're gonna play church music in the back.
Amen.
Oh, the organ just gonna be going on. Oh shit!
Y'all playing, boy.
Catch the Holy Spirit.
I'm a
Catch the Holy Spirit fighting the champion.
Hey, and my manager's gonna be Ray and Fodder.
Oh my God.
Ray gonna be behind the scenes. Ray gonna be the one that sit at the goddamn at the announcers table and always refer to me as the GOAT.
Yeah,
he's the greatest of all time. You don't understand. You just don't see it.
Well, let me tell you something, Michael Cole.
Look at Michael. I do it just like Jimmy. Look at Michael. You're the GOAT. Look at the gold.
Yes. Reach God. Reach for the stars.
What?
All right. On to our next topic. I don't know if this was a Halloween costume or this was actual employees. Y'all seen the pictures like nothing but a bunch of big girls at Hooters?
Shut up.
Yeah. I saw that right here.
Something about that. I just didn't look at the photos.
Something that is good.
I saw a photo. Someone said it was on Facebook. Someone said about
y'all
time.
want me to say shit.
Hold on. What'd you say, Shadow Wolf?
No. Okay. I saw I saw someone repost on Facebook. They was like, it's about time.
That was Ricky Smiley. And I don't know.
That was Ricky Smiley.
Of course.
And I was like, it's about time for what?
Big bones. Big bones.
Just leave it alone. Just leave. Like, all right, I'm gonna let
I want to
see
this. Just because.
That was unnecessary.
Watch out for the big girls.
Poke the bear.
Watch out for the big girls.
Watch out for the big girls.
Watch out for the big girls.
I love my big women. I love them. But god damn it, Hooters.
Look, I don't. It's just like I'm not gonna lie. I had some jokes in my head.
Go ahead,
and
hit me, please.
Hit me.
Indulge us, please.
Shoot them off.
Go ahead, please.
This is, you know what? Let me just say that shit.
Say that
right?
shit.
Let me just say. I mean, come on now. You can't go PC on it.
Hey,
I said the first. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's like when I first saw that, the first thing I thought of was that food not even going to make it to the damn table before.
Oh shit!
Okay, hold up.
You fucked
I
up.
think I think I found the shit. Hold up.
Y'all asked for it. The fuck? Yo, I don't want nobody on this nobody on this podcast
15 minutes.
for the next 10 minutes. I don't want nobody to tell Ray he's fucked up because you asked for it.
Y'all see, like they didn't see what's been happening with Lizzo and shit.
Like you asked for it. Y'all told him to do it. Ray, I'm ducking. I don't want no smoke.
So are you saying there's gonna be a lot of food fights because of this shit?
Oh my god.
I just wonder what the fuck they gonna tip him in. I don't know. It's like
how many O's is on that Hooter shirt?
It's both.
Don't do it. Don't.
That's a Hooter. That's what it is.
Hooters in them.
I know I made a comment on the post.
Go ahead.
I made a comment on the post, and I was being really serious, but mad people was laughing. Mad people was shocked about what I said, or whatever.
What?
So, shut up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's go.
So basically, what I said was, just to summarize it, real talk. People are gonna go there just to take pictures to upload it so that they can make personal memes. And if one of them bitches fall, then what? I don't want to hear nothing, because at the end of the day, it's it's like I don't want to hear. Okay, so Hooters got good ass food. Yes, I don't want nobody fucking complaining. Then it shuts down and all this other shit. Because every time somebody's feelings get hurt, people gotta suffer because people don't know how to stand up for themselves and have real confidence. I don't want that fake confidence. So when the memes start coming and those big girls fall down in that damn place and people taking pictures and shit, I don't want my wings to go because of these motherfuckers. But that's just
so you just basically said that whoever goes there and one of them work there, their risk of being poisoned.
Hey, that is the definition. Hey, what she just said was the definition of a backhanded compliment. Ridiculous. Like, how do you're defending them, but you're also defending the chicken that you might lose out on this.
Yo, if somebody gonna have an attitude, it always comes out in your food. And it's just like, yo,
you
I
asked
didn't
for
do
20
it.
wings and it's 18. Like, come on, man.
Yo, during football season, they gonna come out all at once. It's gonna look like the defensive lineman from the New England Patriots.
Shut up. Shut up.
Better not match the colors.
Hey, I swear it ain't me. That's why I said I'm shutting the fuck up, because I swear I'm trying my hardest not to say nothing.
Hey yo, if they deliver your food, are they gonna play the fucking tuba from Family Guy?
Shut up.
Go sit in the fucking corner. Go sit in the fucking corner. Oh shit.
Like, just imagine them in those orange shorts, like in this like Respucia from when she was at the fucking Power Tap convention.
You still feel like eating, Norbit?
Who ate all the turkey?
When they bend over, it's gonna look like the Nickelodeon blimp. So it's just like,
you going to hell?
But the accuracy, though.
Oh shit! Go sign with this motherfucker.
Hey, I'm about to get off this podcast.
Same colors, yo.
I'm about to roll out.
Shut up.
Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail now.
Same amount of O's.
I was going to jail tonight.
I'm going out.
Hey, I'm a fat dude. Look, I'm a fat dude myself. So
that must be canceled right now.
That's what's up.
I'm a fat man myself. They want to. Hey, shoot, I can take a joke.
All I'm gonna ask is anybody who is overweight, please do not feel bad. He said these things to his mother.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Nobody talks about the skinny girls that used to get fucking palmerized by big girls. So let's keep it real. It's jokes. I was called chopsticks talking about if you walk too fast, you can start a fucking fight.
Hey. Damn, that's fucked up. Like that's fucked up.
Nah, I would have.
You know what?
You would have gone see me.
Come to think of it, Crystal. It was always big people that always did try me in high school.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
and
pretty much.
knowing me, I've always had a clapback. There was one time it was 8th grade, and it was this brother. He was big, and it was math class, and I don't know, some question what it was. It wasn't pertaining to math, and for some reason, this man said he was telling me he was like the closest lips your lips ever been through was your mother, and everybody goes, "Ooh." So I said the closest things your lips ever been to was a Big Mac, and the whole. When I tell you everybody died, everybody had a good one. Teacher looking at me was like, he started it. It's just he started it.
Yeah, why is it you always get in trouble for the clapback?
I don't get that.
Because they never hear the first one. They always hear the clapback.
But not only that, it's always the one that's talking. They always go for the quiet kids that don't bother nobody, and then when we want to turn into a monster, it's like, stop that! You going to the principal office? Well, he's always beating up on people and shit. Like, what about him?
It's not my fault you built like an uncooked potato. Like, goddamn.
Bro, I straight up told this one girl in middle school that her titties look like Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh God!
Yo, you know what's funny, Fonda? I said that to a girl at AI. I said you had Etch-a-Sketch titties, and I also told her the dress was cock out like D-bro, and I said, "What, bro?"
Wow, damn.
It's not my fault you built like a sack of laundry. It's okay. Like
a sack of laundry.
We're just gonna relabel this podcast as Comedy Search because y'all motherfuckers.
Y'all going ham. Y'all need to chill.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, go ahead. My bad, Shiny Wolf. Go ahead.
I said y'all going ham. Y'all need to chill the fuck out.
I told them to leave it alone.
I'm hurting people's feelings out here.
Damn. It's like do all of us have like a big person like confrontation of some sort? Cause damn.
Yep.
Big people be trying you.
Like every form of school, from like kindergarten to fucking college, there was that one big one that just started. Like, well, for what?
Yo, big people. All the girls that tried to fight me and asked me if they were not big. I weighed 100 at the time. Like, let's be.
Shit.
Yo, sometimes big girls just be trying you.
Go eat. The fuck is you want to fight for?
Oh no! Just one big girl thought I was rude. She was like, "Yo, where your manners at?" And I said, "The same place where you left your neck." So that's
damn. Yo,
holy shit! God damn!
What grade was this?
I don't remember.
He's in the
shit!
Destroyed, son.
I mean,
destroyed like Guilty Gear. Destroyed.
I've got
because you ain't got no manners and she ain't got no neck.
He said, "Where did you leave your manners? The same place you left your neck." Jesus Christ!
Damn.
Look,
I mean, she had a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to talk about me because I was skinny. I saw her titties look like some empty sandbags. I mean, it is what it is.
God damn, man. Ooh. That's a for the throat right there.
Like if me and you stood together, we'd be a perfect 10. Like what the fuck?
Yo, you know what?
Get the fuck out of here!
Come on, man. This is not the podcast of fat jokes, man.
What are you talking about? I done talked about everything else.
I mean, I'm gonna say this though. We all know that one big girl that looked like the rapper 8-Ball. Remember that nigga?
Oh no!
I already know a couple of lesbian couples that look like 8-Ball and MJG.
Shut the fuck up, right?
Just walk up to him. You go pimp tight. This.
You know what? I can't do it.
Young dog. Oh my God!
I'm trying to get right with Jesus, people.
Because I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Ray, stop.
I said, hey, yo, big girl lesbians, the Manny Fresh, you got the Justin Bieber,
Hey, it's
Please
always the
Believe It.
Manny Fresh, bro. It's
It's
always
always
the
the
Manny
Manny
Fresh.
Fresh ones. But they afros be so perfect. I be jealous, yo. They always have the perfect.
It's the Manny Fresh Bush. They got the Bush off of First Sunday.
It's either the Manny
Fresh,
Fresh Bush, it's
fresh,
either the Manny Fresh Bush or the fucking 8-ball braids. I'm telling you.
fresh, it was fresh.
I remember one time this one dude went at me for being African. So I asked him, "Yo, did your barber sing E-I-E-I-O while he was lighting you up?"
That's fucked up.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That wasn't nice.
Oh, hey, he should have came for me.
Yo, I try to, you know what? I'm trying to take a new leaf in life, and y'all not helping me at all.
No, you not, nigga.
Like,
Look, I tell everybody, look, I'm trying to have a conversation with Jesus. Y'all.
Yeah, no
Hey,
bullshit.
all
Like,
I'm
Jesus,
saying is,
I
you
gotta
play
talk to him.
stupid games, you win stupid prizes, man.
That's how I
Jesus
feel. Like,
Jesus gonna look at me like, nigga, what is wrong with you? He's like, I see you down there acting up. I'm like,
shit,
I don't know. Look, hey, I've always said this,
nigga. If I died, Jesus will fucking look around like, who the fuck told this nigga to come up here? It ain't your goddamn. You always showing up when you ain't supposed to. Get your stupid ass back. Hey, man. Fuck.
Like, who authorized this?
Yeah, right, no bullshit. Hey, I don't feel like saying this nigga right now. He's still on the. Hey,
Ray, I feel like as soon as you get up to heaven, God gonna reincarnate you because He will not have the patience.
Take your ass back down.
Not yet. Not yet.
I feel like when they do the review list of the people that's coming to heaven that day, and they say your name, he be like, "Shit, that's today." God damn it! Hey, shit! Hey, Mary Joseph! Hey! Lock that side of the Code-Red. Don't let him in here. I gotta send his ass back. His paperwork ain't went through yet. I ain't got.
You know they wear open toe. You know they
do
wear
like the
open
movie.
toe
Send a
sandals in
family
heaven.
member to say it's not your time.
Because you know
it's not
when
your
you get
time.
when you get there,
Yeah.
when you get there, they automatically just send you where you go. Nah, you going to heaven? You go in there, brother. Nah, you got to go. They're gonna have this nigga in customer service like, hey, nah, we got some papers you got to sign real quick before you enter here because we already know what type of shit you want. You know what I'm saying? God ain't got time for this shit. All right.
I feel like in my case, it's just gonna be a matter of okay, oh no, you gotta go back down there. You and this person gotta fight. Like
how you walk in heaven on probation?
You think God's gonna send you down to fight a nigga? You really think so?
He's just like he got.
Hey, before you come up here, is there anybody you want to throw hands with? Just like,
listen.
Nigga,
they don't want to ask me that.
He gonna send you to take your time.
Dion, you need anger management.
I told you that. I told y'all this nigga's angry for nothing. He's angry, man. Sit your ass.
I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm always angry.
Sit your ass.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
That's who he is. He
got
that dude
angry.
Y'all think I say this shit jokingly?
He
Dion,
that dude off.
I offered you milk one time in second grade and you got angry at that. So explain.
I'd have been mad too.
You game banging on breakfast, nigga?
I'd have been mad
You
too.
mad at breakfast, nigga?
What you trying to say? I ain't got enough money to get my own milk?
Basically.
No. See, here's the thing about that, right? People already used to get on me for my size. I was always the smallest person in my fucking school. And that's literally every school I went to. I was one of the smallest motherfuckers there.
Oh, you got small man complex.
So it's like, what, you trying to say I'm malnourished, nigga? Offer me milk and shit? You trying to say I'm malnourished?
That's
like,
what it is. He's short. Oh, it makes sense. It all makes sense.
I am 5'4", 150 fucking pounds. I'm short and I'm skinny.
Hey, Ray.
Oh my God.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. I've been saying this, man. He's an angry little man.
Boy, do you jump off the curb when you want to commit suicide? The fuck?
All right. So what you just
If
told
you only
us
ever meet
is
a person, the
that
first thing I'll do is kick you square in your kneecap, nigga.
If you can reach, motherfucker.
I'm gonna punch your right in your knee. What was you saying, Crystal?
So, all right. So we got to keep tabs on Dion if he ever gets to a nursing home, because those nurses is going to be in trouble if they offer him milk or anything to help his bones.
Nigga, you don't even pay full price for shoes. What are you complaining for?
Shut up, Q. Shut up.
He's the only person I know. We get real Jordans for $50, nigga. I need a deal.
$50. You complaining and shit. Fuck you.
You know what?
Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? You got everything in your size, nigga.
Oh my god.
Fuck wrong with this motherfucker, man. This Rey Mysterio ass nigga want to keep trying to get the heavyweight championship. Stay in your cruiserweight lane, man.
Hey, Rey Mysterio made a career of whooping niggas bigger than him.
He did.
Yeah, and then he got ragdolled the next 2 motherfucking episodes.
hey.
I still remember him getting thrown like a dart in by Kevin Nash.
Nigga, the way Batista beat the brakes off that boy.
Oh my. Nah.
So you Rey Mysterio with Eddie Guerrero attitude, huh? I will leg drop the shit out your short ass, boy.
But hey, Q, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna underestimate short niggas. I knew a couple Filipino niggas that was like Dion's height. Them motherfuckers can fight. So
man, fuck that. I will put all his shit on top of the refrigerator and piss him.
Yo, that's petty.
But no lie though, all 13 of my uncles is short.
Damn,
and
you said 13 like that was casual.
Yeah, I was about to say,
you just threw out 13 like that was casual, like that was normal.
Hold on.
She even got the Netflix documentary.
Like, hey, all 13 of my uncles. Damn, what? She tried to slide that shit in like it was okay.
Hey, yo, imagine, yo.
I can relate because I have 10 aunts.
Damn, boy.
Yes.
Oh,
we
Lord.
we the ethnic ones.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You got a family that don't let you in the kitchen when they cooking and shit.
Bruh.
Now make your food ready.
Get out to the kitchen.
No, the look my mom would give me, especially like during Thanksgiving, like if I was in the kitchen, like she only wants me in the kitchen if I'm helping. Other than that, if I want some water, I'm waiting.
What are you doing in this kitchen?
I'm the same way. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm cooking, I'm the same way.
If you're not contributing, then get the fuck out. Pretty much.
Yeah,
nigga,
I'm the same
if you
way.
are contributing, nigga, contribute and get the fuck out. Like they don't give a fuck about that shit. Get your ass out.
If I'm cooking, I don't want your help because I feel like I have a set. Like I know what I'm trying to make. I know how I want to make it. And if somebody else come in, they gonna fuck up what I'm doing.
And it's funny because I love cooking.
I like eating.
I like both.
If you like cooking, I like eating.
I'm standing.
I like to do both.
Go ahead, make it, and I'll be able to tell you if it's nasty or not. Because now you can't blame nobody but yourself.
That is true.
Like I get the fuck out your.
Yo, it's a risk. It's a risk people be willing to take though. It's like fuck it.
Because it's certain. If you are a real food connoisseur, you will know like the shit that will be able to determine if somebody can cook. You know, macaroni and cheese is like, all right, let's see what you got. Because if you can't figure this one out, I don't trust you in anything.
Right.
Like just me personally, like I'm like I feel like macaroni and cheese is the downfall for a lot of people who decide to have people come to their house. If you want to know why people don't come to your house, if you want to know why motherfuckers don't come to your house, eat your macaroni and cheese and then let me know.
No, for me it's the simple shit. You'd be surprised at how many motherfuckers mess up rice.
I know a few.
Rice.
Hold on, time out. I don't know how to cook rice. What that's supposed to mean?
Nigga, it takes a minute.
I know
you ain't got a minute in your time. How the fuck you fuck up minute rice? Like,
not the boiling bag minute rice.
Bruh, but that's because I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to fuck up. I don't want the rice.
nigga, it takes a minute.
Nigga, what?
You literally put it in the microwave and hit one.
You talking about that boiling bag shit? Get the fuck.
I know how to. I actually know how to cook, but I'm just saying, it's like rice is just. Even if you boil rice, you look at it and then watch it boil. It's just
Ray, just because it's easy for you, don't mean it's easy for me.
Nigga, it's rice.
And besides, Dion, can you even see the pot when it's boiling?
Shut the fuck up.
You gonna see a pot when I smack you with it,
nigga. if you mix it, it's hard to burn. If you concentrate and stir it, it's hard to burn.
Dion said, "You can see the pot when I smack it. I'm done."
God damn it! You gonna be a pothead for real? Keep fucking with me.
Oh shit! Hey, nigga, it's a height requirement to hit me, nigga. I'm 6'2", but I will pick your stupid ass up, boy.
Okay,
that's it. I will trip you the fuck up. But I mean, it ain't a long fall anyway, so you wouldn't.
You being 6'2"
You'll survive. You'll survive.
Bruh, your kneecaps is gonna be fucked up. You keep talking shit.
Oh shit! All I do is jump over the nigga. The fucking.
I think honestly, I think this is like good that I was born in this area where everybody just flame each other for no fucking reason. Like especially.
It's called therapy.
Yeah, it is. I'm like,
right?
Yeah, like nobody give a fuck about you being short. I'm gonna tell you all the short jokes in the fucking world.
and like never heard before.
Then you short and angry. Like, no, you can't be both. The fuck?
I keep telling people Dion the black Notre Dame logo. Dion is the black Notre Dame logo, man.
You know what?
And your last name is McIntosh too, and it's Irish. Yes, it all fits.
Dion new name is Lord Farquaad.
I'll take that because Farquaad was an asshole.
But he was short.
Farquaad was an asshole.
He was little as shit, boy.
I don't care.
His mirror was taller than him.
Just because he could, I'll take that. I'll take being called Lord Farquaad.
He had a mirror bigger than him.
Lord Farquaad from Shrek was evil as fuck.
Bruh, he was bullying. He bullied a gingerbread man.
That is
not the gumdrop buttons.
Not the gumdrop. Your mirror was bigger than you. Stop it. His legs was little as shit.
And
that's a problem, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Nigga,
who gives a fuck? Hey,
can you reach your thoughts,
if I can be that much of an asshole, I don't care. Like
it was bad when they told you to jump for joy.
Wow.
Again, ain't nothing you can say that I ain't heard before.
George Jefferson.
I'm not balding.
I can't even call you Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart is a happy short nigga. You's an angry short motherfucker.
What'd you say, Shadow Wolf?
Well, at least he finally got a piece of the pie.
He Uncle Junior from the Jamie Foxx show.
What you talking about, Willis?
I am cheap as fuck. I'll take that one because I am cheap as fuck. I'll take that. That nigga was cheap to the max.
He was.
That nigga was a role model. If you a cheap nigga, that nigga was a role model.
What? Nigga, what? You ain't never heard of Julius, nigga?
That nigga knew the price of everything.
Nigga, what? Nigga, that's 35 cents of spilt milk dripping all over my table. Somebody gonna drink.
Somebody better drink this.
Somebody gonna drink this milk. That shit is forever the greatest shit ever. I swear to God. He told them to.
No.
That
There's cheap, and then there's petty. Julius was a combination of.
Julius was a goat. When they came to being cheap, hey, you
He was cheap. No, he was cheap and petty all at the same fucking time.
I'm gonna put a picture of that nigga in my wallet.
When Rochelle had salt and she was throwing over her shoulder for bad luck and just came out of nowhere with
with the fucking plate. That shit was good. It was like that. I swear to God.
Cheap niggas for the win, man. Cheap niggas for the win.
Hey, I swear, that nigga.
Cheap and petty. That is a.
Hey, I forgot about that shit.
Yo, that's one of my favorite Julius moments because
oh my God,
I can't stress it enough. Cheap
he went and caught the salt.
Bruh.
Yo, because that shit caught me off guard, and I remember busting out laughing. I said,
"Hey yo, that shit make me want to watch it right now."
Nah, I don't know about anybody else, but my favorite Everybody Hates Chris moment is the one where Chris was like, "Why are y'all surprised that I got me a date?" And then everybody was laughing.
Oh my God, dog! Hey, I even laughed. I felt so bad.
I was heartbroken for him at that scene, man.
I felt so bad.
And Drew was throwing, what was he? He was throwing biscuits at him.
Yeah, he was throwing rolls at him.
He was throwing rolls.
The sheer disrespect of it all. Oh,
bruh, hey.
And they was calling people up.
Fuck that.
And
no, I'm
like,
about to say, hey, fuck that. When Rochelle called the people and put the phone to his ear, nigga, and they was.
Again, just the sheer disrespect.
They threw bread at the nigga, bro. They threw bread at him.
I wish they could bring back that show, but he done grown up and stuff. He told him to grow up. When his voice started, getting deep, I was like, fuck.
Honestly, when he started growing, I think the show got funnier because the show was always funnier. But when he got older, it got real funnier.
Yeah, it did get real funny.
Nigga, the best. Hey, I don't care what anybody say. The best episode was when they had the fake Bill Cosby there. That shit had.
Oh my goodness.
That shit had.
Oh my goodness.
Orlando Jones playing Bill Cosby. I am for it any day of the week. I don't give a fuck.
Wait a minute. Was he one of the tenants?
Mad TV flashback.
No, remember he was dating his daughter.
The Mad
daughter
TV joint was the funniest.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Remember he was dating his daughter.
I remember that.
He was the teacher. He was one of the teachers eventually.
He said, "Yeah, he was." Oh no, he was a counselor. He was a counselor.
Counselor. Okay, I knew he was something like that.
He was like, "Are you a crack baby? Are they crack people?" Dog, that shit was oh my God.
I love that show.
Watch all of them.
Chris, turn the clock off. You can't tell time when you sleep. 2 cents an hour. You can't tell time when you sleep.
That nigga Julius is a goat.
He took all the batteries out of everything.
He took the batteries out of everything. Oh my God! Oh shit! He told him.
When Chris's car got robbed, and he said they took the paint. It's like, how you get the paint taken off?
Hey, what were we originally fucking talking about?
Yo,
big girls and Hooters.
And we ended.
It just went down the rabbit hole.
Oh my God!
We just started roasting niggas. That's what happened.
Oh my God! Niggas was getting it was one of those times. But hey, it don't matter, man. If whatever you put on, no matter your size, your color, your weight, whatever, feel good about what you got on. Even though everybody's not gonna be comfortable with what you got on. Okay,
they never are.
It's some women who aren't. It's skinny girls who get bashed for the stuff that they wear. So don't feel bad because you're a little big boned and you decide to wear something that everybody ain't comfortable with. It's life. either you gonna be strong enough to wear whatever the fuck you want to wear and make people respect you for who you are, or you're gonna be one of the motherfuckers who fall into the trap thinking that they gotta be something they don't want to be or they don't have to be because everybody's giving them their honest opinion. This is an opinionated world, and if you can't survive in it, then I don't know what to tell you.
You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it.
Learn to roast.
Basically,
yeah.
I learned.
Honestly,
that being said,
honestly, that's like learning how to roast is what kept me through high school because it's like because yeah, there's niggas that's gonna fry you, and I'm not gonna lie. I had material for niggas to fry me. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I used to have shacks, like the Payless shacks, and I had to wear them to school. Niggas was cooking me. But I took it. But I also learned how to like Joan on people back. So it's just like all the big girl jokes I said. It's like all the big girl jokes I said, they all out of fun. They're not real serious. So but it's the same way I feel about Larry. Go ahead.
Asshole. I'm gonna be an asshole and I'm gonna say that. I feel like there's certain things that big girls shouldn't wear though.
Oh, I'm big appropriator of dress your size, please.
Because I feel like skinny girls, for one, they should wear things that are like more form fitting, so you could actually like see their figure, and they don't look like a little boy or some shit,
Coyle Ray, I'm
over
sorry.
here looking like Coyle Ray.
I'm about to say Coyle Ray.
Nigga, when they said she looked like the shit from Men in Black, I fucking lost.
Yeah,
yeah.
The worms. Oh Lord.
Yes, the worms.
The yellow giants, the yellow worms off the way back like
Wanda. She built like the cat from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's a whole rectangle. That is a whole rectangle with cute bunny ears or whatever the fuck that thing is. I don't even know what it is.
My name is Cat. No dogs.
I'm not gonna lie. I said she was built like Gandalf's stick that he wears.
Oh my goodness.
His magical staff.
She was built
his
like
magical staff. That's what she's built like.
She built like the leader from the Gross Sisters.
Oh no.
Cash out. Cash out.
She built like a wrestling.
I don't think that big girl should wear a crop top because it looks ridiculous. To me, it just is.
I'm gonna say this: if you're wearing a mini skirt and your stomach is hanging out of the bottom of that mini skirt, you should probably take that shit off.
Yeah,
they don't hang them out the. They don't hang. They stuck their gut in the pants.
I've seen.
Depending on how much you got to crop.
I've seen some shit.
Depending on how much of the top you have to crop, will understand if you have to wear that or not.
And
if your crop top, if the bottom of your crop top can be a towel, please.
And also,
not even that. If your crop top is on the verge of being a fucking bra,
I'm done.
And also, if your thighs
shit.
Y'all ready for this one? Also, if your thighs are like a bag of bullets, probably shouldn't wear booty shorts and shit.
And all right, how about this? So let's not leave all women out. If you are really skinny, I don't want your crop top to look like a headband. Okay.
I know.
No. No.
Y'all need Jesus.
It's funny.
Look, if I can see all your ribs and play on like a goddamn xylophone, I'm pretty sure you really need to
be like,
hold up, I gotta. No, oh shit, no. It was these two twins I went to school with that I didn't like, right? And they was talking shit. So I told them one day I was gonna trap them in a room and turn their asses into a slingshot. It was skinny as fuck.
Damn.
I told one girl, I said, I bet you after sex niggas fling you like a javelin.
Oh damn! like in my experience, I've been around like a lot of like sex workers and shit. And the skinny ones, they like you see them wearing baggy clothes, they look like fucking boy. But you see them with like less, like more form fitting clothes on. They look a lot better.
Dang it.
It's like the more you can see, the better they look. But
I don't
like
I don't like baggy bras. Sorry.
You don't like baggy bras.
I don't like baggy bras, man.
Then the bras, they look like you could.
Thing. Because the whole point of a bra is to hold up the breast or to cover your nipples. That's it.
I think
I've seen baggy bras.
Your money should not be falling out your bra.
Damn.
But back in the day, because I was skinny anyway and I wasn't trying to date, I would wear baggy pants with tight shirts or a long t-shirt with baggy gym clothes. And people would still try to holler at me. And I'll be like, no.
Oh, people will holler at anything.
Is that all that baggy?
I went on a date. I went on a date with a fairly skinny chick. She was like 120, 120 pounds or some shit. Mm-hmm. And I went up to the door. She was wearing some baggy clothes. I was like, oh, okay. But then when she went in the room, changed her clothes, put on a form-fitting shirt, I was like, ooh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, she got some titties and shit. But with that baggy shit on, I was like, oh no, you got with some form-fit shit. You going out with me? You can't be. It can't be going out with a little boy. Sorry.
It's a little boy.
I am a
boy. Coil Ray.
All right. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Dion, you little as shit. My bad.
All right. I'm gonna just say this. I said, do dress your size, but please make it look good because there will people be out there that will clown you. I understand a lot of people should, dress however they want, but if you look like a damn fool, you probably won't catch a couple jokes coming your way. I said, no matter what size, because I know some skinny girls that can't dress for shit.
Dress for shit.
Gotta adapt.
Can't dress at all. I know skinny girls that wear the same 10 outfits every day.
And then mix match them.
And,
like, bitch, we seen that before.
I know the dark jeans go with that dark.
But those 10 outfits, gotta match their figure though. If they don't match their figure, then it's like, yeah, what?
Oh shoot. D Wolf, you wanted to talk about the Cal Rittenhouse case?
Oh yeah, I just want to know if anybody on the panel is familiar with it.
Enlighten us, please.
Yeah, go ahead because the where I'm at, the power fuse done blown, and I gotta go fix it. So, and my phone's like on 2%. So if all of a sudden I die before I get back, y'all know why. So take over.
All right, Shiny Wolf, what do you know about the case?
About the what now?
Somebody said they know of it. Was it you?
I know a little.
A little. Okay, Fido. Oh, what little do you know of it?
All I know is that the judge was trying to say that the people that he shot was like they weren't victims. That's what I saw.
Right. Okay.
Oh, this the dude from
Kenosha.
Yeah. Okay. Because I just looked him up on Google. Okay. I knew I heard that name before.
Yeah. So, as you said, Fodder, you remember what the judge said. Yeah. Basically, he's right. But what we were led to believe since this happened was the opposite, because they're quick to say he was a mass shooter and shit like that. But when you see, and I'll get to that, but when you see like the footage and shit like that, you're like, so why didn't they show us this? Nobody knew this. So, and that's what I was like wondering why people were like pushing so hard to defend him. And then now I know. And the reason I brought this up is basically the whole FBI thing made me want to bring this case up, because this is nothing new what they're doing. The FBI had a lot of footage, like damning footage, and they were always making up excuses for not releasing it. So until the case came up, until it was time for court, then they all of a sudden had it available. And I forgot what the bullshit excuses were. I think one person said they lost it or something or whatever. It was something stupid. But anyway, they kept coming up with ridiculous reasons why they didn't have this stuff on time and why now everything was always left to the court of public opinion on what's going on without all the facts. It turns out he actually showed up to help people there and to protect the local neighborhoods, and also he had a medic bag for anyone who got hurt, Ryder or one of his guys or something like that. Before anything happened, there are independent journalists who saw what him and his crew were doing, and they're like, so wait, why are you here with that gun? And he's like, oh no, I'm originally from here. I'm just here to protect myself because I know there was a lot of shooting and rioting around here, but at the same time, I want to protect me and them, and also help whoever gets hurt in all this. He said all this while cleaning down shit, while helping people, and there are journalists that followed him throughout the whole night to the whole situation. So they followed him, and you see him taking care of people. Anyone who fell down, did not matter who it was, he was taking care of people. Now, fast forward to what started all this. He got into a confrontation with what I spoke about this before, the so-called allies that always infiltrate the Black Lives Matter groups and shit and causes trouble, but we let them in. The worst part of this is one of the guys that he shot, he shot 3 people, 2 died, 1 survived. One of the guys that he shot was calling him, 17-year-old white boy. He's like, shoot me, nigga, shoot me, nigga. Mind you, 2 Black Lives Matter guys, 2 black men were standing right next to him, did not react. So why didn't you react? So are you mad because whoever uses the word is not on your party? Or are you mad at any white man using that word at all? Because there were 2 of them, bigger than him. Didn't say a word. Didn't say, yo, you can't say what? Didn't question him. Like, all right, so what you really doing here? Because you look crazy. Mind you, he was crazy, legit crazy. But they didn't know at the time. They thought he was one of them because he was angry and yelling and chasing down the, whomever was protecting their shit. So I'm going to fast forward now. So he's trying to run away. 3 guys try to gang up on him. The crazy guy that was just yelling at him, calling him a nigga for some reason, and 2 other guys. Now, I don't know. He did. I'm really impressed because I never seen this footage. So they ended up throwing something at him, and he falls down. Remember, he has his AR-15 strapped on him though, and one of the guys chasing him has a gun, and the other guy, the crazy one, had a chain. Now they're all after him. One of them threw something at him. He falls. They all surround. They go after him one by one while he's on the ground. Then there's a point where they're all surrounding him. Dude did some John Wick shit, capped 2 of them, and then the other one raised his hand with gun in hand, mind you. The one that was chasing him, he has a pistol, gun still in hand. He's like, yo, I didn't know the gun was real, blah blah blah. I was just messing around, all that bullshit, right? And then when Kyle now, he's like, I don't. This was a stupid move, but he turned the gun away from him. So now the guy with the gun, the one that was chasing him, walks up to Kyle, and then turns, gets ready to pop Kyle. Kyle shoots him, blows off his whole bicep. Okay, this we did not know. Is anything I'm saying here, is this news to you?
Yes, everything is new.
All this is new. Ooh.
Exactly. Now, mind you, going into this, all of us, I'm going to say this, all of us had one way of thinking of this because of what was presented, what was said, what's parroted. Right? Because even if I wanted to look into this, I didn't know this shit because the FBI was holding it back.
Damn.
So yeah, and this
Hell
is
of a
I was
cover-up.
following the case. Yeah, I was following the case, and like all this, and like the prosecutor is still going on with the bullshit narrative while showing the evidence of how he dealt with the situation. I'm like, what? Like they were making jokes like, what? I think you hired the wrong lawyer. You're supposed to get the prosecutor because he's helping you here. What the fuck's going on? I think he's locked in because this all started. I don't think he knew the FBI will end up releasing shit. I don't think he knew people will start being wise to this shit. So he has to go along with whatever game he's doing because right now he's looking fucking stupid. All right. And the news is still saying bullshit. Still saying bullshit. And this is who they use, the fucking FBI. Because remember, what was the FBI doing during the whole civil rights movement? Who were they fucking with?
Everybody.
Right?
See,
it was
and everything that's going on.
All that shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Remember Martin Luther King? How did we find out? How did we find out he was... Go ahead.
I was about to say, do y'all want to see like the footage that D Wolf was talking about? Because I found the CNN article with with the FBI surveillance video and everything.
Mm-hmm. Is the aerial view from the helicopter synchronized with the personal view of some of the journalists? So you get first person look and and you see the whole thing. You see them chasing them around the car. Then running down the street. Oh, I forgot to say at the end of this, when he shot them, he checked on one of them to see if they're all right. Because remember, he's a medic and he was helping people that were even on those people's side. But he realized that another crowd was coming to get him. So he had to stop checking on him. There are other people that were there. I think one of the journalists in particular who was filming the whole thing ended up trying to help the other people. And then Kyle ran away. But he ran away towards the police. He flipped the gun behind him, had his hands up, and walking through. Now, remember what the news told us. The cops just let him go, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, he just shot 2 people. And like, mind you, what just happened? And this is protocol. I've seen videos of black men doing this. Nothing's happened to them. Not saying that this shit does not go on and they're not hunting us down. But I'm saying we have to be careful with the fucking narrative we get from these people. Okay? See enough videos of black men. Sometimes they're calling the cops saying, look, I got this guy. My gun's pointed down on him. Please come here. And when the cops show up, they say, okay. They draw their gun. They tell him, okay, you're good to put it down. Let me get it. If you fired it, all this shit. Protocol. Black people do this. And what they use to try to compare, if it was a black man, he had his hands up and walked to a whole bunch of SWAT cops and nothing happened to him because he followed protocol. And cops know everybody has a gun, no matter whose side. So they cannot just because you have a gun, you're no. I'm just saying we just have to be careful with this because they're just fucking with the things that we're finding out. The news that we're getting, the narratives that are told is fucking with our own thinking and how we deal with people in social life. I was talking to my brother the other day about what I do when I get pulled over. And I want to tell you this. And I think I made 2 videos about this. A lot of the times was my fault because I'm ignorant with certain things. All right. And I'm like, I have this thing about like freedom to do certain things. So if I have something on my car or shit like that, I'm like, yo, I'll fucking pay the fine because I'm not taking it off. You're not making me take it off. So that's how I am. So I've had plenty run-ins with cops. And I tell them, this is how you look at them. When they come at you, don't be they're going to see you're nervous. Do not react as if you're a target here. Keep in mind what he is, respect what he is, but also do not think of him or interact with him as if he's a cop. I don't do that. I interact with him as if he's another man, not a fucking cop, a man. So if he's telling me to do things, the respect part of the job is what I'll do. But when it comes to my interactions with him, you're no higher than me. Not at all. So when I talk to them, I talk to them as if I met anyone else in the street. Start some small talk, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? I have not gotten, nothing's happened. Never lost anything. Rarely got, the only time I had to pay for a fucking ticket was when my car was already parked and I missed meter. So I never been handed a fucking ticket. Only once. It's how you deal with them. But I've seen so many times in real fucking life Cops come to somebody, the first thing they do, son, is accost the fucking officer. Do you know why he's here? Why do you, son? You could win this without fucking losing your life. You can win this. Nowadays, everybody has a fucking camera. All right. What we need to worry about is the aftermath. If this cop fucks up while you were doing the right thing, then we judge the motherfucker. But don't start shit, get caught, and have us fighting each other now for who was right and who was wrong. Was the cop racist? Was he not? And this is not, and none of us are telling our young black men and women to do this shit. We're just taught that this is the enemy and act accordingly. Live to fight another day. We're losing too many of us. You understand? And this makes me think of the whole gun control bullshit. And I keep having to remind people, the whole reason for the fucking gun control thing was us. The Black Panther movement, they didn't want us having guns protected, you know? And I have to tell people, this is why. So it's okay for criminals to do this. It's okay. But a man wanted to protect his family, have to jump through motherfucking hoops and say, I ain't gonna fucking bother. I'll just call the cops. The cops, the same ones that there's a chance will kill you on his way here. When he gets there, right? This is our mindset, but this is what we want to do. Either way, our mindset is, it should be, we should be owning something, yo. But yeah, sorry, I know I went all over the place, but yeah, that's basically, and whatever your thoughts on it now that you know more on what's going on with the case.
Free that man. He ain't do nothing wrong.
Nah.
Like I said, that was a hell of a cover-up job.
We can't. I don't know, man. I put it this way: if that's exactly what happened, then you know the footage shows that happens. This is a law that we're trying to make even. I mean, hey, I look at it like everybody ain't the enemy. Sometimes we have ignorant people within our circle who do things out of our fucking who don't understand what the problem is and don't understand what we need to do. Like we have people like that.
Just but that's by design.
Just like they have people like that. You know what I'm saying? They have people who don't you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm just saying, like, that's by
I wish we just keep it in-house, yo. We need to just, like, I think last week we brought up, like, the pedophiles within, like, in our families and, like, the boyfriend and shit like that. This is what I say, like, we need to keep this shit in-house. If we have these problems, let's fucking deal with this shit. I ain't calling no fucking cop on a fucking pedophile. What? I'm dealing with it myself, son. I'm not playing. I'm not calling no white daddy government to deal with this shit for me. This is my child who's fucking all this shit. And this didn't happen until they started doing this. Taking away our rights to protect, you know? And this was equal. At least we had this equally with the fucking white man back in the day, right? So we could at least have a fucking fighting chance. Because remember how many of the fucking Ku Klux Klan will burn the fucking cross, but one of the fathers, the black fathers who had the house, had a fucking shotgun. What about Malcolm X, that famous photo when they're throwing rocks and shit in his house? Shotgun. You want to take that away? Aren't there racists going around? Aren't cops racist? We're supposed to say they didn't take it so you could cry about us later and lose our numbers? Nah, son. Oh, yeah, and I just remembered something. One of the guys, the crazy guy he shot. Okay, let's think about this. I can guarantee all of you have done this, right? You ever come across that tweet, post, comment, or news article that said convicted pedophile dies at the hands of the victim's father or in prison or shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Or the person that kills the pedophile gets so many years, right? Don't we like the fuck out of that and praise the fucking guy that killed him?
Yeah.
Automatically.
There's even a story. Yeah, there's even a story like that. There's even a story like that right now. The dude, he found out his daughter was in a sex trafficking ring, so he found the motherfuckers, killed them, and saved his daughter and countless other girls, and he's arrested.
Yep.
There's a fucking GoFundMe for him right now. It's like at 35K.
But they arrested him for vigilante, being a vigilante.
Yeah, I think for like he killed somebody.
I will find you and I will kill you.
That's insane, but the cops could do it. Fuck out of here.
But
the thing is, the guy he killed,
he needs to walk. If he saved several people in the process of doing what he's doing, he needs to walk.
Mm-hmm. So the news kept getting mad, right? So the news kept getting mad because people kept calling this kid a hero. And now I know why they're calling him a fucking hero, because the guy that was hitting him with the chain that said the word nigga in front of two black men, he was a pedophile. And he got killed by Kyle. Kyle didn't know he was a pedophile, but even if you didn't know, aren't you fucking glad this man is not here? Because he just got released from a hospital and jail for fucking beating up his wife on top of being a pedophile. I
don't think the problem is, all right, now that we know the story, I don't think the problem is what he did. The problem is how the police responded to him.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier. I was saying that's what we see when you see, because I saw it and I was like, yo, most of the time, if I I can imagine this guy getting lit up. And I said they were describing his following the procedure of any time this happens, just like the procedure when they pull you over. You have this procedure in gun states and when you're trained to how to handle the gun when police are approaching you. Us as black men don't have that. And it's being discouraged among us. You brought up the Jamie Foxx show. I remember an episode when Jamie had to hold on to the gun. Remember, he damn near fainted? And that was the joke? Exactly. This is what they have programmed into us. So now, what we think is, oh man, it's sorry. It's just, that's why, this is why this shit happens,
Get into that shit, man. We grown, man. Go ahead, get into that
shit. It's just, it's insane, because this is why we get, when we get the cases of, we're really pulling out the wallet, but we don't know what to fucking do and all this shit, and we get shot up. And the cop, this is causing, I said this just now, this is causing the rift. This is causing shit, because they'll always have the ammo of us being wrong that one time. So that's why we never get enough justice, because we're so quick to be like, oh, it was a racist cop and blah, 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 when it was a clean shot and he gets away, then there's a riot. So we look bad all the way through. And it makes it harder for us to fucking deal with this proper.
Hold on, somebody.
And the thing is, we see the fucking movies. Oh shit, who is that? I thought it was somebody saying,
Ray.
No, it wasn't me. It was Shia.
It was not Ray.
It was out.
Okay.
And it's like,
my bad. I thought it was Ray. I'm about to say
it's like 11:30 at night. You got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't be.
Got it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I wish it wasn't the case, yo. I wish, like, if ever the cops come up, yo, we don't have to be afraid, because remember that happened to, what's his name, that teacher, and that fucking rookie Mexican cop shot him up because he was showing the gun to the cop. He said, I have a permit. He showed him the permit. The license to carry. And he was just showing him he had the gun.
Fernando Castillo? You talking about
Thank you. Yes. And a fucking quota hire lit him up because he just got jumpy. Because a black man had a fucking gun.
I think the problem is it's too many bad police.
And that's a fucking other. Thank you. And that's the other thing, though. This blue brotherhood shit cannot stand when the fucking cops are doing this shit. The problem
is because I'll be honest. The reason why it's so hard for me to say completely fuck the police in all aspects is because, one, my aunt is a police officer. She is she works for the Metropolitan she works for DC Police. And I don't think she's drawn her gun more than 5 times in her life. So, and she's the type, like, it's hard for me to say. And then I've met police officers who do their job the way it's supposed to. They're here to protect and serve, and that's it. We are the customer in this situation. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
We're paying them.
we're not bowing to, we don't bow to the police. You know,
Thank you.
we call them to help us,
Mm-hmm.
not the other way around. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so with that being
Protect and
said, like
serve.
it's always been difficult for me to completely say fuck the police. But at the same time, when you make a decision, this is where I always get back to, when you sign a contract, your contract says you are here to protect and serve. You know who
Mm-hmm.
you know another motherfucker. When growing up, when I heard serve, it was Jeffrey from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. If I ask you to
Yeah.
do something, you should be able to do it. I shouldn't feel threatened by you
Mm-hmm.
doing it. It's that fucking simple. Like
Yep.
that's what you're supposed to do. So when you protect is a security guard. It's somebody who makes sure that any harm that I feel is coming my way, you'll be there to prevent that shit. You'll
Yep.
be
This.
there to make sure that nothing happens to me or my family or our well-being in the presence of you, because this is your job. You are willing to put your life on the line to serve this country and the people that in within your jurisdiction. But the problem is, you have people who jump into this job for a paycheck and don't jump into this job to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Because they're
same.
supposed to come after
It's
the
the same.
fact.
It's the same way with any other occupation. This is why everything is watered down all of a sudden. Everybody looks
Mm.
at it and say, "Well, everything used to be better back in the day." Of course, because back in the day, people were doing things because they wanted to. They had a choice. They made a choice and they chose to do these things. There are people in this world who choose to do bad shit.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to learn and understand that shit. But in the sense of there are people who don't know, who don't understand, who don't get it, and do shit out of fucking fear, in spite whether they're in front of the badge or behind it.
My thing is, I don't know why they don't utilize IA as they should, and make it enough. You know, as treated as the U.S. Marshals will treat a you know, what do you call it
Because
again when
there's a
you when you
because
what when
let's
you're
be
a
real.
witness and shit, and witness protection. There we go. Treat it like
Okay,
that, because it'll
let's
make
be
it
real.
easier for the cops that see this shit and keep their fucking mouth shut, to not have to worry about what happens to whose family and shit like that. Because that's
Let's
usually the excuse for not saying anything or speaking up. Because they're here to serve us, not to serve your fellow officer if he's hurting us. You
so let's
know.
be let's be let's be real. Let's be real and let's be honest. In order to up the ante, they would up the pay rate. This is the reason why they got shitty teachers in schools. They got shitty police officers. They got shitty everything going around. You got shitty nurses. You got shitty everything. Because if they actually took the time out to find qualifications from people who are actually trying to find jobs, who are
Mm-hmm.
actually willing to put their life on the line, but just don't get opportunities because they don't meet their standard, is why. And if you actually put in the extra effort and wouldn't be so cheap and actually raise the pay rate, maybe the quality of the work that we need done would be better. Maybe if you up the pay rate, I mean, if you up the ante on what qualifications and how to get those qualifications, and give different type of fucking methods in order for these police officers to come out stronger and well rounded,
Mm-hmm.
to where they are in the vicinity to be able to protect and serve. They know how to talk situations out without having to pull a gun out, but they also know how to pull a gun out and effectively get the job done when it needs to be done. But they are aware enough to know when that job needs to be done. This goes in
We're
every
losing them now.
aspect. This is called qualifications. This people like these are lives on the line that they are just giving out shit to people to try to and then they wonder why, you know, they don't these police officers don't give a fuck, for real. I mean, to be honest, let's be real. If I could kill a black person, and I know all I'm gonna do is still get my pension, and I'm gonna get paid, and I'm gonna get suspension with pay for like a couple months, then why the fuck not? Because I'm getting paid the same bullshit to do nothing after I shot this black man for nothing. Then I'd be out on the road still doing this dumbass shit. I don't want to do this shit for real. I just want the fucking money. So if I can shoot a black man, hurry up and get up out of this shit and get a pension for the rest of my fucking life, I'm good. And that's what these white
These are the ones
motherfuckers
that
is
we
looking
got to
at.
weed out. These are the
Exactly.
ones we
Those
got
are
to
the
weed
mother.
out. There's no
These are
fucking
how mother.
vetting. Is there a psychological thing before they get in? Is there any of that?
No.
Or they're just hired because you passed the academy?
It's
ridiculous.
I would. Yeah, it's the fact that okay. My whole thing is all right. I got a friend who was in the army for a little while, and he recently got discharged with honorable whatever it's called.
That's an honorable discharge.
Yeah, honorable discharge or
he
other
just
than
got honorable discharge because of his mental state. They say his mental he had a mental state that didn't fit, so they just Why don't they have this for fucking police officers? You get what I'm saying? Like, why isn't just they're serving the country? If something happened, if terrorists decide to blow up one side of your fucking city, the police officers on the other side of the city are going to fight. They have that's their job is to do that.
9/11.
So why
saw it.
Why isn't there like the qualifications need to be like it just says that the government is cheap as shit and they don't give a fuck about anything else but getting money back.
The thing is, if they were to hire people who have a military background, that means that they are logical in their thinking. They do not have egotistical problems. They face death in the face.
Exactly.
So they don't want people that are actually going to think for themselves. They need people who have been bullied all their life, and because they're given a gun and trained a little bit and never shot a damn person in their fucking life, or even have a brotherhood like the military fucking has, those people are going to do all the negative shit to, kiss ass when the chief is doing something really disrespectful. They have no pride about their country like the fucking military.
Exactly.
So I think that's partially why they don't want military
Exactly.
men or women in that field. Because guess what? They don't give a fuck who they have to blow the whistle on. Their country comes first.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And could you imagine how much they would have to pay those people? And but if the government was so fucking smart, if they were smarter than the normal person, it wouldn't take that many motherfuckers to fix the fucking situation.
I remember one time, one cop. Oh, sorry.
I'm about to say all I want to say is this: a handful of trained veterans who with a clear mind and are here to serve their country. A handful of them would beat an assload of bullshit cops any fucking day. Because
there was actually, it's funny you said, there was actually a video of a Marine that got discharged, and I guess he went crazy, but he had all the tactical knowledge and he was taking out cops with his training. And yeah, you're right about that. It was scary, but it's also true. It's just like how advanced the training is to where the cops is like all they got is like, because he had like I want to say he had an AR, and the cops all they had was like handguns, like Berettas or something like that, or whatever the standard issues the cops had, and he kind of like mopped the floor with them. And
exactly.
I hate to say that because they lost their lives, but y'all know he killed them all, and I think they finally caught him, but basically what I'm saying is you're right.
Like it's quality over quantity. Right now, America is about quantity over quality. They don't care about how good the job is. They just want the job done so you can get about their fucking face. That's how they feel.
You just reminded me of a story when I first moved to LA. There was a cop that actually it was a black guy. It was a cop. He saw corruption in the force, and he just went nuts because he held that shit in. He knew about the whole brotherhood shit. He couldn't speak out. He knew what would happen, and he just snapped one day and just started shooting motherfuckers. Then he just he commandeered a flower van, I think, or he commandeered a van. He stole a white van and he went up to some bear something, some kind of park area in Cal. No, it was Big Bear. It's called Big Bear.
Big Bear. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. There we go. So he went up there and went to hide out, son. So the whole thing went down. I think they killed him, but he had a
I think
memo
that's
that he
the
had
same
posted on
story I
Facebook.
was
Is
saying.
that the same one you're talking about?
I
Or is
think
that?
that's
I
the
think yours
same
was some
one.
years ago.
But you made it with more detail because he was prior military, wasn't he? Was he?
Yeah.
Okay,
And there's
yeah,
like
that was the
corruption on the
story.
force. Yeah, and he was like fed up. He kept complaining, nothing was getting done. So he just got lit up just so the word could get out there. So after everything was said and done, his memo was released on Facebook and shit, and that's where you saw why he was doing what he was doing. You know?
Yeah,
It's like
it showed like that's the problem. This is why a lot of us are dying, because it's quantity over quality when it comes to the American people. They don't care about how good anything is. They're just going to feed it to you and give it to you whether you like it or not, and we're going to have to deal with the shit until we stop dealing with it, until we stop getting it and stop caring about it and start rejecting the shit. Then they'll realize that they got to start bringing quality. Like it doesn't take 5 police officers to move to tell some people to can you get off the front, just can you go to the left, please? Because they don't really care about the job. They just want people to get the fuck out their face. Like they just want the people in the background who are complaining to them, like, all right, just move. Just I don't feel like hearing their mouths. And y'all gonna have to hear, like, who understand how to communicate with us. Some people need to hear the honest truth. You see a man like a person who's used to shooting a gun. Like if you see a man, like I seen like that video. I remember it was a video that we all saw where it was a police shootout where the guy had his daughter and it was another guy and it was like 2 police officers and they were shooting at each other. I don't remember that. I can't think of it. But it's just about the being when you are put in those situations and you are like trained. You're better equipped. Your mindset is not like I gotta shoot first. Your mindset is, all right, I know if he reaches for this gun, I know for a fact I can pull this gun out faster than him. So no matter what, I'm gonna try to make sure that he doesn't pull out this gun.
Wait, are you talking about the dude that was coming to his apartment building and someone came up behind him?
No. All right, no. I was talking about like trained officers. Like, all right, it was a dude who I think he stole, like he killed somebody or something, and he was running from the police and I think he got pulled over. And he had his daughter in the car, but it was a baby in the back seat. It was somebody else in the passenger seat, and he got out the car. Like they came up to him, they just asked license registration. They wasn't bothering him. They wasn't harassing him. Nothing. He just went, reached in the car, grabbed the AK-47. It was like and just started shooting.
Damn.
And they end up killing him. But it was just the fact that like in like situations like that, even that shows you like a trained person would understand. Like it's just like to be like we just need better police officers. A lot of things would be fucking better. Like we need better nurses, doctors. We need better police officers. We need better
Utilize
teachers
them better.
and
Because I
utilize
remember
them better.
Because I remember one time I got pulled over and we started talking about the DMV and shit like that. And it just led to what he had to do within his life, when he has to deal with what he's dealing with, right? He's like, look, I know where you're coming from. I've been here, blah, blah, blah. He's like, look, this is what we do all fucking day. We just sit in the car and just watch license plates all day. And we don't fucking like it. And like he's fucking confessing his soul to me, and it reminded me of the stories of cops who have to deal with this bullshit part of the job where they have to give fucking soccer moms and shit tickets and waste their fucking time and lose their money and ruin other people's day when they're supposed to be protecting and serve, but they have no fucking choice and they have a quota to fill at the end of the month, right? You have to do that.
Yeah, that's the problem. The fucking quotas.
Yeah, but not only that, there was a story where because they're busy doing that bullshit, there are the cops that who respond to a call and they know where they would have been or where they will be heading if they didn't have to do this part of the job, and they will respond to a homicide, not homicide, something going on, right? And they reach there and they know what they could have done. They know if they, oh fuck, I was the first car there and everything. If I didn't have to do this, I would have been able to save that person and do this and just shit like that. Now I have to tell the relative or the next of kin and all that what happened, and that fucks with your mind as a cop. And when you said they don't want to hear all that and shit, that's another reason they don't want to hear shit when they're hearing shit from people. Because they're like, do you know what I go through? I'm not saying it's all of them. There's a mixed bag, but like people like that, we have to think of as well. Because there's plenty of stories like that, but we will not hear of it unless, we have family and shit like that. We're not hearing of it. And not a lot of us are cops anyway, in that sense, to even get to experience shit like that. Because you said how many times, you say your aunt pulled a gun in how many years? Like sometimes there are cops that have been on the job for mad long and didn't have to draw the gun once. So there's not enough of us on the force to be able to tell stories like this. So you have to consider that when we're quick to say racist and shit like that. We have to consider that shit.
Exactly. That's
because that gives them the trigger figure. That makes them like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, bomb. Because you're probably a criminal anyway because you're black. So I'll probably get away because I'm sick of this shit.
Exactly. And I just want the money and go home. I can be with my family now.
Mm-hmm. By the way, that's one of the reasons why I didn't take that. I always wanted to be one when I was a kid, and once the soul was going, I was like, fuck it, because I know me. I'm too much of a cowboy to be a cop because I end up in jail with whoever I put in there. Because I'll beat, I'm telling you. And when it comes to kids or women, don't let me catch that in action.
Oh, you like?
Because you might not be armed. I don't care.
You like Elliot from Law and Order and shit. Motherfuckers gotta watch your stupid ass. We gotta watch your stupid ass. Oh nah, he gonna try to kill this.
I'm that person, son. I'm telling you. So I knew I couldn't do it, so I didn't bother. So I just write it instead in my scripts. It's fucking insane.
I like to be the person to try to prevent people from being, because I've lived a life long enough to not go through certain shit and not to be presented in certain situations because like the people before me exposed it to me in the best way possible, so that when I grew up I knew how and when not to do stupid shit. If the police pull me over, they just pull me over. Like I don't give a fuck. Like if you pay attention and know the laws around you, you should be fine.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. You should be fine. They will never like I make everything clear as day. I just want to go the fuck back home. I don't care about none of this shit. You gonna give me a ticket? All right, cool. Yep. All right, I'm going home. Thank you. Fuck.
All right. Go ahead, Q.
No, I'm done.
I was about to say, any last words before we move on to our next topic?
That's a great segue to the next topic too.
You want to talk about what? You want to talk about Father? The whole mental illness and class is ruining how capitalism is ruining society, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you take the lead with that because that was gonna be my next segue.
Yeah. So there was a video that I saw on Twitter. So it was a YouTube video that was on Twitter, and it said how capitalism. Let me get the name of it.
Mental illness and class capitalism is killing us.
Yeah. Mental illness and class capitalism is killing us. And it was a very, very, very insightful video about how the systems that are under capitalism actually destroys mental health because because it's alienating. It's alienating through it alienates the self. Hold on, yo, it was just a whole bunch of shit that like I actually didn't know. And he was putting quotes in the video, and what I got from the video is that the way, because like how you go to work, and usually when you go to work you can't really talk about your salary to other workers because there's some companies they don't even allow that. Like you cannot even talk about how much money you're making within the company. So they were explaining that it's alienating in the sense that you do work, you provide labor to a certain job or to a certain corporation, and you don't get the full payment for that labor. As a matter of fact, you are paid way less because capitalism incentivizes the owner class to take more while giving you less. And then us as workers, we want to work as less as possible and get paid as much as possible. So there's a conflict with that within itself. That's why when you go to look for jobs, it's so damn difficult because they want to get someone who doesn't have to be trained and pay them as low as possible so the people up top can hoard all the wealth. And another thing is it also doesn't give you time for your hobbies and give you time for things that are outside of your workplace. Usually when you are hired, a lot of people are on call or on their days off. They get called back into work because somebody else done called off, or they're short staffed and things like that. And this is actually very, very, very common in the workplace. So when people when people like get it, so like when the average person gets a job, you know what I'm saying? They are contracted to do that job a certain amount of hours, and then they take home this certain amount of pay. But what we're seeing now in America is that people are burnt out. People had to work through a pandemic. And then on top of that, the cost of living skyrocketed because of all the stimulus packages and shit like that. And this is because the United States in itself was ill-equipped to deal with the pandemic in the first place, which made, everything else worse. And then on top of that, people were already stressing about their bills before the pandemic. And people were also stressing about having enough time for themselves, because the way that their day was structured is they wake up, they get ready for work. They have to commute a certain amount of time to get to work, fighting traffic and all that. They get there. We are in a generation now where we're getting our work faster because of automation, and because a lot of the people that are entering the workforce are college educated, because they told all of us to go to college so we can make money and things like that. So we're getting the work done faster, and we're getting the work done better. But we're not seeing the result of that work because we're getting paid less. We don't have time for our hobbies. And the biggest one of them all is like the indicators to adulthood, like buying your own home, a marriage, having children and things like that. It's super delayed for us in our generation because we are literally alienated from what is supposed to give our life purpose in the first place. Work isn't supposed to be something that consumes your life. Work is supposed to be something that you do so that you can come home and enjoy your free time, your leisure time. There are so many examples of corporations and businesses taking advantage of their workers to the point where their workers are burnt out, and they literally don't feel like they literally don't even feel equipped to deal with the day anymore because work has taken all their energy. And it's so sad to see. And this is what goes, and it makes like the society even worse, because you have a whole bunch of people that are just miserable. You know what I'm saying? And it is funny because the answer has always been there. The answer is to actually have mental health resources within the job in itself and have it paid. So whenever people who are working, whenever they need a break or whatever, there's a meditation room for them. there's someone that they can talk to. There's a specialist that they can talk to during like on the clock, so they can just let go of some of that stress. But the problem is, what corporations like to do is they like to save money, so they don't incentivize that type of thing. That type of thing doesn't even come with like health insurance. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we keep having these conversations about mental health, because we live in a society that doesn't prioritize that type of shit. We live in a society that prioritizes productivity, and it's systemic. So no matter where you go, no matter what job you get, like, you ever notice, like, you get a job and you deal with the same shit over and over and over again. It doesn't matter if you go to retail, doesn't matter if you go to construction, doesn't matter if you go to like any other service field. Like, people are just miserable. They're struggling to make ends meet, and they don't have the money to really like change their livelihood, because if they lose that job, they lose the health, they lose their house, they lose their ability to take care of themselves. So everybody is pretty much isolated. Everybody feels so isolated. That's why it's so difficult to talk to people about this particular problem, because they can't see themselves outside of themselves. They're stuck. And when you're stuck, it makes it harder to relate to somebody who is also in that same position, because you don't necessarily have the language to communicate that towards people, because you've been taught all your life you need to be productive. You need to go to school. And then after you go to school, you need to get a good paying job, so, you can be a productive member of society, and then you can buy a house and things like that. But they don't take into account that our currency is highly inflated. We are in a constant state of psychological distress, because we are walking this tightrope of financial stability. If you lose your job, you lose everything. If something happens to your car, if you get into an accident, that's more money out of your pocket. And that's probably food that you're not going to eat for the day. That's probably, you're going to be probably short a bill if something were to happen randomly. And people always have to like be careful of what they do, because mistakes cannot literally be afforded. So when you live like that, and then you times that by the whole, like, pretty much like the whole population who's making less than I would say $80,000 a year, then like the consciousness of the collective, it becomes distorted, it becomes rotten. And we're seeing that effect today. Literally, people are quitting their jobs. People are not as excited as they used to be. You can see people are literally getting worn down. We as a generation, we only have 5% of the wealth. Mark Zuckerberg has 2 of the 5% that we have of the collective wealth in this country, because people from a previous generation decided to hoard all the wealth. And then not only that, but not invest in the proper things and the proper ways to advance the society for the future generations that are going to inherit it. You know what I'm saying? So the very thing that makes America is what's destroying America in the first place. So you have a few people that accumulate wealth at the expense of everyone else, and because of that, human needs don't come first. What comes first is their drive to satisfy their greed. And that type of psychology, like, when you really think about it, it's evil, it's insidious. When you really look into that, you're like, yo, what the hell? Like, you really looking at people like they're like cogs in a machine. And it's not a good thing to have, because if you are running a country like that, it's gonna come a time where the productivity is going to be at a standstill, because you're dealing with people who have just had enough. And when they have enough, you see what happened to France in the 1700s, in the late 1700s. Get ready for that shit. So I just thought it was a very, very interesting video, and it opened my eyes to a lot of shit. And what I thought was really, really excellent about that particular video is that it gave a language to the issues that we're having right now, that people aren't necessarily equipped to say what is exactly happening to them. We know what's happening, we see what's happening, but now there are incentives to have a language for it.
I would agree.
I don't know. Go ahead, Devo.
Sorry. I would agree with everything except for it being because of capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see it as it's basically you guys seen the end of Squid Game, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it basically showed who was doing all that, right?
Yes.
From our point of view, we're thinking these are the capitalists, but we're not realizing no, this is corporation and government, which equals communist. You have to be a capitalist to reach the level to make the choice if you're going to do that, or you become a philanthropist and things of that nature. You either choose the Lex Luthor or the Bruce Wayne. And with that, this is why we're living the way we are. This is why universities cost so much. This is why, like, and that's like one of the biggest things, in my opinion, because it's holding us back from reaching a level where we should be. So we go through school, right? We go through university, we graduate, right? But we have our loans to worry about. So instead of using the resources we would have had whilst in university, we're basically we have nothing in our pocket, and now we're working on paying back the loan, and we're focusing on that more than the career we went to school for, because we have to find that job quick. You got to keep that apartment or wherever, you know, or get out of your parents' house. You know, this is why we're at that level. We're constantly struggling to climb up. You know, there are some who are still in this predicament, but they can still make their way out. There's so few that know how. There's so few because they'll have a mentor and things of that nature, but it does not matter. We shouldn't even require that to get to that level as a country. And it didn't even start this fucking way. It's not until the corruption was added into because when you think about monopolies, right? There's a law against that because that's how you can make capitalism corrupt. So when monopolies, you see how Disney's just buying shit, how are they not in trouble? You know, and it made me think of Spider-Man. It made me think of Spider-Man. You see how Sony did not give Marvel Spider-Man. They're only borrowing him for the movies. Okay, they still have full fucking control, because I think Sony knows that if I give you fucking Spider-Man, first of all, I have nothing now. All I have is what, Resident Evil or something. So that's all I have now. Spider-Man is our biggest moneymaker, our biggest fucking moneymaker. Not only will you lose me now, but with the shit you guys are doing with your characters, you see Eternals come out and didn't make shit because it's all about diversity and not the fucking story. You can do that to Spider-Man, our renewed Spider-Man. We're gonna be the laughing stock because they know it came from us. We can't even get him back now. All that shit. Not only that, and we know we're adding to the monopoly now because we're gonna all fall if we join you and you get in trouble for this shit. You know that I thought of that immediately.
So,
but yeah, and
okay.
Oh, go ahead, Chris. I talk too much. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, no, you're fine. You're fine. This is an interesting topic because with capitalism, it deals with what? Private ownership and the production that kind of seems to make profit off of other people working hard, which is what the middle class citizens of America. So my whole thing is the middle class citizen rarely gets private education. They get public education. And at the end of the day, public education does not teach our children about entrepreneurship. They teach them how to what? Be slaves, how to be a hard worker to get where you want to go in life. But in the meantime, you have, people who've built Facebook. I don't want to say his name, it's disgusting. That has built it off of stealing another person's ideas and fucking hard work. So what do we tell, a child that's like okay, for example, in class, every time we didn't do our work in like second grade, third grade, all the way to fifth grade, we had those teachers that would just bluntly say, you can end up working at McDonald's, you can end up working all these low-level jobs, or you're going to be a garbage man. But no one tells you that a garbage man makes way more than the teacher who spent 8 years or 4 years getting her education. So let's not play this fucking game, because guess what? The garbage man gets better union services. The garbage man is getting paid enough to even buy a fucking house, where the teacher is slaving away telling us who can't even deal with the concept of 2 + 2 at the time, telling us you better do your work before you end up as a garbage man or some bullshit like that. So we have to start where the children are to let them know that entrepreneurship is good, ownership is good, and working for someone else is bad. How are children going to know that when they get an adult and they end up in fucking debt from going to colleges that don't give a shit about them? Okay, because Billy, that's in the same college class as you, is getting everything paid for, and all he needs is a piece of paper to work at his father's job, that he has full ownership of that place, just to have no experience and control everybody else who has plus 8 years of experience. How is that fucking fair if we don't teach our children about what ownership is considered to fucking be?
That McDonald's money should be going towards whatever your rent is and whatever your craft is, the reason you're in university, without even changing the wage, because what we're paying just to live in an apartment should not be what it is. That way we'll fucking save to do what we got to do, invest in what we have to invest, hustle like a motherfucker.
Right.
And you can do that while in university. So by the time you get out, you're not making enough, son. You cannot, and that loan ain't getting paid because you're going to prioritize your house. You're going to prioritize the roof. So,
but you also have to show the children how to invest in themselves. How?
Oh, they just teach us. They teach us. Their masters. This is what it is. They're masters of regurgitating and remembering information. They teach us the same thing. They don't teach us how to think. They teach us just learn how to repeat this and do it on the test and move on. They don't tell us how to think. They don't teach us 3D thinking. It's just this one-dimensional thinking. This is how it is. There's no in depth of what it'll be like in the real world when you have this job, that job, this and the other. What would you do? Let's put us through the test. I've been through this. Let me give you my own experience. Like that should be in schools, not just looking at the textbook and just repeating it. And now we're smart.
When you realize, I mean, anyone on this panel has taken heed to entrepreneurship, has understand the importance it is to have full ownership over anything that you go to pursue. But I bet you have friends and even family members that when you are putting in the hard work to invest in yourself, they're quick to tell you that shit ain't gonna work, go and get a job.
That's exactly what the fuck happened to me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember father saying that. Your mom was
seriously.
on you heavy.
Yeah, go back to school. Get a good job. Like, bro.
It's a setup. It's a fucking setup. How many fucking stories have we seen, documentaries we've seen, where we had a woman with a PhD? I remember that story. I can't remember her name, but she had a fucking PhD. And she was making money doing Uber because nobody wanted to hire her because of what? She had too much experience. What the fuck?
Yeah, overqualified. I've heard that.
That is wild.
I've heard that.
Yo, they did that to my mom's. I'm not even going to lie. That's the first time I ever heard overqualified. My mom was trying to get a regular job and all that other stuff, and they said, "I'm sorry, you're too overqualified for this position." I said, "What? They do that?"
Yeah, they do that, and not only that, but like I keep saying it, what terrifies me the most is the notion that you literally have jobs that do not pay well. That in itself is an oxymoron. That shouldn't exist. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like any job you do, it doesn't matter if you're flipping burgers, it doesn't matter if you're pouring cement. That job should be able to give you a roof, access to water, and access to food. Like just those 3 basic things. And like D-Wolf, I agree with you that capitalism isn't the entire problem. I totally agree with that because of the way that it's implemented in here, as because you have other examples of capitalism where the workers are empowered because there's aspects of socialism in it, but it's still wholly capitalistic. And capitalism as a system has helped lifting a lot of people out of poverty. But I guess what we're seeing now is the late stage where it's like you also said again, there needs to be changes and there needs to be a way for people to not only just get a job if they want to, but teach them that entrepreneurship aspect so they have ownership of something. Because when you are part of the owner class, you benefit you benefit more better than if you were a worker. But the thing that I want to see fixed in at least like this lifetime is just a way for people to not have to suffer because they don't have a fucking 6-figure job. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take somebody making 6 figures to live a decent life. We have everything we could ever need right now. We produce more than we even need to. That's why you look at certain that's why you look at certain companies and shit like that. You go to certain restaurants, like after the fucking day's shift, they throw away the food, or like
that kills me every fucking time.
Some fucking
I worked at a restaurant, I know. Several.
Some tech companies they will create products, and Apple's guilty of this. They will create products that will degrade over time so you can buy the new one. You know what I'm saying? Just for the profit motive in itself. The relationship between money and labor in this country is broken, and we've been doing this shit for damn near 100 years, and we've gotten to the point where we don't need this shit anymore. People don't have to work 40 hours a week anymore because we're already automating everything at an alarming fucking rate. You know what I'm saying? It's
crony capitalism and government.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And we're not keeping them in check. Because they're, the politicians have, because if you look at who's related to who, it's insane. Like even newscasters are related to somebody in a corporation or some politician.
Cuomo.
If you go through, it's insane.
I was thinking Cuomo as well.
That's the only famous one, but there are some you don't even know are connected, who's married to this one and this and the other. It's crazy how it's too big of a list. And we have to listen to what they say. Again, remember I brought up I don't listen to them when it comes to voting and shit. Yeah, a lot of them know each other and shit, so they're gonna talk good about him because this one's head of this department and this news agency and this. I'm like, nah. I'm looking them up my fucking self, yo. Fuck y'all, because look what's happening. Remember the whole FBI shit with all these fucking presidencies. Stop playing, yo. I don't trust none of these motherfuckers, yo. I'm telling you. That's why, we just need to find a way to get to that level. Because that's why none of this is stopping, and they fucking know that. Because they know enough of us will be philanthropists. They know we will destroy them. We will never trade with them. We will never do deals with them, and they'll fucking fall. Because we know what they're about. That they know we had that mindset. That's why they teach us bullshit and distract us. Because we might be wanting to do that thing that they're doing, and they're using that company, and we know that about the company, and that person's wife tells the person in the news to say this is good and this that. It's fucking game.
But I also think that we also really need to reinvest back into the human element. And I keep saying this, that the empathy and having compassion for people, that is what's going to save people's lives nowadays. Because right now, the way that we are, like as a collective, it's very, very, very fragile. And I feel like that also goes into why everybody's so sensitive about shit nowadays, because they've been broken down. They've been disillusioned. These people have been lied to. We have been lied to as children. You know what I'm saying? And we're seeing the results of that right now. I always said adulthood is just navigating the trauma in a fucking grown ass body. You know what I'm saying? Because when we were kids, we seen all the fucked up shit that was going on in the world, and we was kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially our fucking generation. What do we live? Bro, we lived through fucking Y2K, 9/11, 2008 recession, Columbine. Bro, there's so much shit that we have lived through, bro. The shit that's happened in Afghanistan, all the images that you saw in the Middle East, we saw what happened with Israel and Palestine, the shit that the fucking Hong Kong protests, and the shit that's happening in Lebanon, and World War III almost happening, and then the fucking coronavirus, back to back financial crises. Yeah, the back to back financial crises. People that were in Texas had to go through the fucking hurricane. We have gone through so much shit and it has eroded our consciousness to the point of nothingness. And only for motherfuckers to see the shit and tell us, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work harder. Get a job. It doesn't matter what job you get. You just need to work hard. And these people are legitimately not listening to people that have been broken down. And it's like you get to a point where you can't take it anymore. And you don't even have the money to change your reality, because if you do go out and get a job, you're getting underpaid while everything is rising in cost. Like, bro, it's gotten to a point where if something isn't happening, there's going to be a riot that is going to pale in comparison to the fucking George Floyd protests that they were crying about, and all the rioting and looting and all. We need to stop. We need to put democracy back in its place. Oh, you gonna see motherfucking democracy. Keep playing.
Turkey is
They did that recently. They did that recently with what's her name? Winsome Sears, that new lieutenant governor of Virginia. So she wins, black woman, Jamaican, mind you, I looked her up, clean fucking record. The one she beat, the one they wanted to keep, is the motherfucker who had the blackface a couple of years ago. He's the one that wanted to.
My bad. Was that the sexual chocolate blackface, or was that the other? It's sad that I had to like
the one that was next to the KKK. The one that was next to the KKK one. It was a blackface and the KKK one. That photo.
Okay,
it was him. They want to keep him in. And that motherfucker, Joy Reid, son. I cannot stand this woman. So a black Jamaican woman beats this fucking racist, and she's saying, "Oh, this is what white supremacy looks like." I'm like, the fuck what? And you know what you know what companies he's dealing with that's keeping us down, and his policies that's killing us? You're kidding me, son. Oh my! When I saw that, I was like, nah, you did not just say that about a black woman who just got voted in because of an R in front of her fucking name. Stop. But that's what they want to drive in this whole two-party shit. Yo, I don't play games with that. I'm like, no, none of y'all. This is nothing but Rhino and KKK. That's all I see. Rhino, KKK. That's it. There's no D in R. No.
I wish people would unlearn the fuckery, because I worked at a job where this woman worked at a company at Healthcare Partners for like, I think 35 years or so. And she had about 50 grand in her 401k. They changed it to the 401k, but it was really her retirement fund or whatever. And people don't realize when you invest in these 401ks and whatnot, they invest in stocks that's climbing up very slowly. Okay? You don't pick the stocks that they invest in. They do. Whatever company you work for. When something happened with the stocks or whatever, she lost $50,000 fucking dollars out of her retirement fund. And she was crying all day at work. I think she even took an absence of leave for like 2 weeks. She was so fucking depressed that she lost that amount of money based off of the stocks that the company she worked for and was loyal to for a number of years invested in stocks that she knew nothing of, and they lost a lot of money. Nobody talks about that. Anybody in their right fucking mind would hear that story and be like, I'm gonna work for my fucking self. I remember when they used to try to shame people back in the day for selling watermelons. Black men back in the day, fresh out of slavery, started to sell watermelons. And now to get them to feel shameful for entrepreneurship, they started saying, yeah, Black people eat watermelons and chicken and stuff. That's all they used to sell, farmers back in the day. And they do that today with Black women wanting to own their own childcare services and work for what? Themselves. So I just see a repeat of history. If we don't unlearn what we were taught in this new modernized school to make us modern day slaves, we are in big trouble.
Facts.
Yep.
I do think there's going to be a change, though. I've been saying this, especially since like all y'all been, where it's just like people are walking out of jobs. You know, everything is done. Like honestly, I've always said this. It's to a point where we don't really need a 40-hour work week. It's like shit gets done in half of that time. I remember like I remember me being in the Navy is like stuff that they used to say it used to take all day. I could get done in like 5 minutes, and especially with the way technology is now, it's like where things would just it just be an all day thing. Now you're just there for 5 minutes, and then it's just like, what do you do now? You just sit there and look busy. I'm not gonna lie, I used to hate that when they tell you just look busy. I hate it. It's just like because it's just like it don't feel right. What you want? It's like what you want me to do. We're done. Just let us go home. And I used to say this in the military, even though like you mostly like they don't pay you by the hour in the military, so it's just like, what's the point? We're especially when we was like in or like in dock instead of like out to sea. Because I can understand out to sea, you always working, but when we're on the docks and all that and stuff, it's just like, what are we doing here? It's just like everything is done by like 11, and we get up at like 6. Just let us go home. And people just, oh no, you gotta look busy. Everybody gotta look busy on the boat. It's like, for what?
They want you to stand there and lie to yourself.
That's basically what
they ask you
it's
to
like.
do.
That's what it is. This is like I feel like I'm lying to myself. It's just like the work is done. Let us go home. But yeah, I think there's going to be a big change. I think somebody's going to bend, and I feel like it might be the companies because a lot of people is just like, I'm not going to work, and because of this COVID shit and like more entrepreneurship and things are just easier to do now, and like there are tons of ways of getting money now. Like I think big companies is like it's going to really take a hit, and then now they're going to have to compromise shit.
I think you should start with the politicians and the companies will follow. Like just out these motherfuckers and the companies will follow because that's where their money's coming from. Because then they'll realize, oh shit, but we ain't getting enough of their money and they mad at us. They ain't gonna give us any more. So you're right. That's when they're gonna be like, all right, we gotta get back to what they liked before and not do any of these fucking favors anymore. Fucking greedy motherfuckers, son, I swear.
My thing is always you gotta invest in the people because just like Father said, if the people doesn't want to do stuff, then shit's not gonna get done. So if you don't pay them the appropriate wage, like Father done said, like for them to have a livable life, like what are you gonna do? Because like I don't know if it was Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden who said this. No one should be working 40, 80-hour weeks and still be broke.
I would bet that everyone on this panel, if we're at that level of wealth, we would be right now investing in ourselves, investing in our people, and again, they know that.
That's what I said. If I ever hit the lottery, it's like I want to invest in the community.
Rec centers, community centers, all type of shit. I want to invest
in kids. I'm paying
in
all fucking student debt, bro.
I want to invest in kids, man. I want to get these kids before they hit puberty. I want to be able to talk to them the way they need to be talked to, educated the way they're supposed to be educated. Put them in front of people who are going to teach them the way, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Q, Riverdale. Riverdale Theater, right? The shit's been like up, but it's been closed down for like 20 years. Yeah. It's just like I feel like if they could rebuild that and turn that to like a performance arts centers or or some shit like that, it's like you can make so much money there and like bring in good business because it used to be where like the best to me that was when Riverdale had the best IHOP shop right by Riverdale Theater. They tore that down. I don't know what's they're replacing it now, but it's just like that could bring in more business to the community. It's just like I feel like if you put more investment into the community will thrive, and then we'll have more, success stories out of that. But it seems like I said, everybody wants to hoard money for themselves. And also, turkeys is $55.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I remember complaining about $25 for a damn turkey. $50? Shit.
Shit.
My whole family My whole family agreed. It's Taco Thursday. Taco Thursday. Any last words before we move on to a final topic?
They have a Reddit called Anti-Work. That shit is fire. I've been binging that shit like all day. It's just a whole bunch of people just talking about how fucking shitty work is.
Oh, like The Office?
Yeah. But like, nah, but the thing is, like, cause I was reading some of them fucking story. Yo, nah, people be getting destroyed. Like, there was one dude lost his dad, like, right in front of him, because they worked in like the same factory or whatever. He died right there, like in front of him. And you know, so he moved to a different department because of course he's not trying to stay where his dad like died in front of him. Only for the people to be like, hey, yo, man, too many people have quit. Yo, we need you in this particular spot. He's like, I'm not going back there. My father died. Like, what? And then they said this, yo, I feel like we gave you enough time to grieve. I'm like, what?
Yeah. They say dumb ass shit like that. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yo, remember when one of our boys caught COVID and they were still trying to make him work? And then he said, you're being real selfish by not working right now.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I wish the fuck they would.
It's funny, but it's not funny at the same time. Because even out here, I was working at a call center in 2016. And we had a lady that we was real close with. And, yo, she passed on. But what was fucked up about the whole thing is that the janitor was clearing off her desk with all the roses and shit like that. And he looked at one of us because one of the people was about to beat his ass and was like, oh, you didn't even know her. Get over it. I don't even know why y'all going to the funeral. Y'all acting like y'all was close and y'all wasn't. We got a new person that needs this stuff. So it is what it is. Take it up with your manager. Yo, I've seen 12 people get up to kick his ass. He was going to get jumped that day. Like, nobody's supposed to say that. And then the manager, when he heard word of what happened, he actually was on the janitor's side. And we was just like, wow. We couldn't even
that's
go to
another
the funeral.
thing. Like, we need more of them managers on the worker side and shit like that. Cause you getting underpaid too.
It's that ego, I'm telling you. That fake power. That fake ass power.
It's like the overseer in the fucking plantation. That's them.
Yeah, they just need the whip. It'll complete their ensemble.
Facts.
Oh, I think that proves to my next point. When I said one of these days where people just not gonna give a fuck about their job and they just gonna go upside motherfuckers' head. Just like that, just like that old lady that got body slammed at Popeyes for calling someone the N-word. It's like,
oh shit.
Of all places to get
it's going. I'm telling you, it's going to get to that point where I'm saying motherfuckers going to be tired. You can't be just saying shit to anybody and all that other stuff. So people, it's just like I felt nothing. I did not feel sorry at all for that old ass lady. It was like, well, you should have been talking shit.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
It's like Cat Williams be saying, shouldn't have been talking shit. Okay. On to our last topic. Did any one of y'all catch the Brittany Renner interview with DJ Academics besides me and you?
I watched it.
Did.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did. So what did y'all think about it?
Brittany Renner fucking destroyed Academics in that interview.
Hey, didn't she, bro? Did she not murder that nigga, bro?
She told that nigga the fuck straight in that interview.
Hey, Ray, what did I say the other day?
You said the same thing.
Hey, I was like, bro, I got so much more respect for this girl now. Because now I know she's not a dummy.
Yeah, she held her own. She definitely did hold her own. Or if anything, yeah, she got to a point where like she shut Academics the fuck up a couple times.
I fucking hate Academics, bro.
Bruh, nah, because Academics was just being fucking dumb the entire fucking podcast. Like, he was sitting there talking about, he was projecting a lot of shit.
Exactly.
he was projecting a lot of shit, and Brittany Renner had to stop him. And she had to say, "Hey, yo, like, bruh, let me talk, because the shit you're saying, like, is not making sense. Like, you're trying to pull all this shit on me. Like, bro, that's not how it went down. Let me tell you what the fuck it is." And she told him what the fuck it was.
Yeah, she was like, "It's not a monologue. It's a conversation." And I thought that was a very good job.
Yeah, she let him do one.
It was one thing I did disagree with her, because I think she was trying to. It was the whole thing. It was just like, y'all didn't give. First off, I don't think she's a predator. I've said this many a times. I do not think she's a predator. I think, if anything, and this is coming from a man that do like older women. If I get an older woman I like and I wanted to sleep with her, of course I'm going to pursue that, especially if I have some type of pull to do that. I know I would do that. So I'm pretty sure he did say all the dumb nigga shit that a lot of dumb niggas say when they have good sex. It was just that, damn girl, I want you to have my baby, or you gonna be my wifey one day and all that other shit. I'm pretty sure he doesn't say shit like that. The one thing I did disagree with her though is just that she was like, how come the men don't get flack for dating younger women or women that are younger than? I was like, yes, they do all the fucking time. And it's just like, I know people don't want to admit it, but Jay-Z got flack for dating Beyonce at one point. Marcus Houston got flack for marrying a 19-year-old girl.
Bruh, it was
Tiger
his
got flack.
mustache, bruh.
It was the fucking
It
mustache.
was
That shit
the
was disgusting.
mustache.
That was disgusting.
I swear to God.
Like, why the
Yo,
fuck
leave
is
his
that shit on
mustache
your face?
alone. Leave his mustache alone.
Nah, why is that shit on your face, nigga?
Like,
It's,
for real, that shit was skinny, bony, and stupid. Like,
you
I
got
hated
that.
his.
You got that skinny Frenchman mustache. All right, you got. Who else? Tiger. I know Tiger got a lot of flack, and I look for like being with Kylie when she just turned 18. And some people thought they was having sex before that, but I was like, there's no proof of that, so you really can't say that. And
Drake
what
be
was
getting
another one?
dragged too.
Who Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was getting dragged for having conversations with Millie Bobby Brown. That other stuff. It's just like, I don't think they're doing that. And he did date like an 18-year-old girl too.
Yeah.
Or at least she was 18 at the time. And it's like, that's the one thing I did disagree with her. Because I don't think she tracked him, but I just think, and I think Q and I all said this, and she said it herself, she's very naive, she's a hopeless romantic, and because she was like, I thought that was my guy, all that other stuff. So it's just like, I know a lot of girls, especially in the military, they like that. They get real tied up to like one person and all that other stuff. You really think that's their guy. Next thing you know, the nigga flip on you and all that shit. I be feeling sorry for women like that, because sometimes it's just like, you think he's the one, and I know this happens to men too, but you think that person is the one, and all of a sudden they just flip on you and all that shit. So I mean, that's the only thing I disagree with. Go ahead, Q.
Oh yeah, I just said I just had a newfound respect for her. I thought she was stupid. She seemed educated. She seemed to know what she's talking about. I just think you have those hopeless romantics who some reason keep giving niggas chances after chance after chance, don't take time out to figure themselves out. And yeah, and it just looks bad on the outside looking there. And that's how it
Get
was.
out of here.
I just hate DJ Academics. I hate him. He irritates the fuck out of me. And I just felt like he was reaching. I do the reaching. You don't do no reaching. You can't reach in that conversation. And he was reaching, looking for something to headline. And he couldn't get nothing.
Reaching.
And he couldn't get nothing. And she was owning his ass like a bitch ass nigga he is. So I'm just like, when I realized that she can do that, and she wasn't afraid to do that, and she told her truth. Some of it I didn't agree with. A lot of it I did agree with, as far as when it came to her and how she thought, where it was just like, okay, I understand now. And that's all it was. Academics wasn't the right person to have this conversation, but it still did its purpose.
I said the same thing about that. Crystal, you had something to say?
All right. So I can tell from the interview that she was very emotional as she should be. What she said about him being a grown ass man and having to take responsibility for his own actions is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, my opinion about her is very 50-50 because it is some things that she said that to me didn't make, too much sense. But at the same time, she's human and we all make mistakes.
Right.
And him not being able to see his kids, I think the move that she's pulling is a bitter mom hurt mode. I think she's 27, he's 22, so they're still in the same age range. I don't see too much far of a distance for her to be a fucking predator. I think that comment is ridiculous because nobody talks about the basketball players that end up dating women at 18 years old, 19 years old, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, even retired basketball players do it.
Yeah,
in fact, they root
29.
them on. In fact,
Yeah,
the society roots them on and say, oh, well, he's helping the girl. Well, when that little girl gets pregnant at 18 years old, everybody's like, oh, now she's just want it for the money. It's always something negative towards the woman. So I get it. But at the same time, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has their own thing that they would have to, I guess, realize what they're doing. Because the whole thing about him not seeing his kids, I don't know how true that is, but based off of how she was answering and how emotional she is, I'm guessing that that's the case because he probably is with another woman. And women base children as a token to hurt the man. That's just regularly how it is. It's always been that way. But at the end of the day, she did put that man into place. I don't know his name, but the interviewer.
DJ.
Okay, yeah, just from his body language, he wasn't taking her seriously. He already made up his mind about her, and she did hold her own.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I pay attention to what was coming out of her mouth. She did say that I've dated men with more money, and they didn't do this and that. And the only thing that I would say that the interviewer was correct on is the fact that they always looked at her as a side chick.
Yeah.
Men with money, with that much money, that she's like, oh, I've dated men with more money. I dated women with more money. The fact that you could use that as a comparison to make it seem like if I wanted them, I can get them, that's a lie. Because trust and believe, a man with a lot of money, you wouldn't even be on that fucking couch being integrated by a low life such as that person that was interviewed. You wouldn't even be in that situation. You would be aiding the man in his empire with the man with the so-called so much money. So I do believe that he was kind of side blinded, but this is his lesson. Like I said, everybody has their own lessons to go through. His lesson is he's realizing he's not as mature as he thought he was, and he thought he could just impregnate her and leave her alone. No, she's actually out for blood because she's hurt based off of how she was answering the question and her own body language. She's fucking hurt. Like how, again, anybody would fucking be. And to know that she was always a side chick, she's looking for a way to get, having someone have her back, having someone have ownership. So of course she's not going to let him see his child because that's her token. That's her token of redemption to show the guys that did pass her up and just left her as a side chick. Like, look what I got. I finally got somebody. Y'all, that's just how women are. They always probably looked at her as a sex object because that's how she portrayed herself. But at the end of the day, everybody's fucking grown. She did hold her own, but I could see in between, her trying to hold her own, but she's very emotional. So half of the stuff you can read between the lines.
I also feel like that she took a page out of 6ix9ine book and became a troll once people tried to make a perception of her.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's another thing that was actually confirmed in this interview, because just like Joe Budden, I was trying to figure out what they said. I had to bring him up, but I had to figure out what they said. Was it, are you being honest or are you trolling? Because if you're being honest, then you're being stupid because you're falling straight into a trap that is you're never gonna get out of it. But if you're trolling, it turns out to be funny, and you can actually use that to prove a point that you're trying to make, which is exactly what she did. So, she proved that. Oh yeah, well, who doesn't? I mean, who wouldn't want to be? I mean, who doesn't like the bad guy? So they perceived for me to be the bad guy. So I just took it and ran with it. That's exactly what she said.
Yeah, she was talking about she was made the villain in like almost every situation that she was in.
Yep.
And like she even said that during the interview that like she doesn't get why like she gets so vilified, yet there be niggas that be doing way worse than she's ever done. And like not that they don't get talked about, but with her, they make it catastrophic. You know what I'm saying? And academics, like the thing I didn't like about it, like I said before, he was projecting the entire interview. He kept
He
making it
was.
about money, looks, and status. You know what I'm saying? He kept talking about, oh, well, what about a nigga who's making the back, who's making 80K, and then you only like basketball players and shit like that. It's like she said none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she
He
didn't
No, she
already
did
tell you
not.
that.
like just like Krista said, he already had his perception on who she was before he even made the interview.
Yeah, that was
He did he
annoying.
he did it. He did the interview because it was gonna get views.
Yep,
That's it.
Which you did.
It
it
got
did.
views, of course it did. But it also it created a better fucking image towards her where it's just like, all right, I get why you're doing the shit that you're doing now. From the beginning, me and Ray always said PJ was stupid. I have no problem with saying that. He's a complete idiot. You are stupid. You are
100%.
dumb. You are fucking dumb. You are stupid. You are you deserve pretty much 75% of what you're getting. 25% is her keeping the kid away from you. You don't deserve that shit. But everything else before that shit, yeah, you deserve it. I hope you get it. I hope you get it in abundance. In from all fathers in the world. I hope you get all the shit that you deserve because you had a warning. You were warned, and you still chose to deal with it. And hey, this is what you chose. Stop lying. This is why I keep telling niggas, stop lying to these women, bro. They take us seriously. Like, for real. They believe us. Y'all think they don't believe us. They believe us. Like, stop lying to them, please.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that go, I want you to have my baby, knowing damn well you don't want no goddamn kids. Stop
Nigga,
that.
you barely start on the team that you play for. You ain't no fucking superstar, nigga. If this was LaMelo Ball, where I'll just be like, damn, you stuck with that bitch for the rest of your life. But at least you get in the bag for the rest of your life because you're a superstar. This is PJ Washington. You wouldn't know the nigga if he didn't fuck Brittany Renner in the first fucking place.
Or, you lived in Charlotte. But other than that, yeah, Q got a point.
Like,
Yeah.
like let's just think about it. Why are we talking about him right now? Because of who he fucked.
Yeah, the only reason I even know about him because my dude on 2K plays for the Hornets. It's a good 3-point shooter too. It's like I can kick it out to him. It's like make that money, get that child
Yeah.
support.
Like, but in reality, nobody. He's not a superstar. He's not top 50 best player in the league right now. Like he might make the list, but in my motherfucking analysis, I don't think he is. He's like, it's just no. So like in my eyes, I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about this shit for? So in reality, it's like, I don't see what if this was the situation was fishy with me because it was like he's not even like great. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not Damian Lillard, or this is not Carmelo Anthony. Now, if Carmelo Anthony did the shit, I'd be like, God damn it, Carmelo. Damn it, you got caught. I'd have been on
That
his
nigga
side.
didn't he get caught with Jasmine Cashmere?
That's beside the point. The point is, we know Melo ain't shit in relationships. He ain't shit. But as a
Yeah, I
person,
understand Jasmine Cashmere though. I mean, but whoever knows, they know.
Yeah.
nah, I don't understand when it's Lala on the other side. I'm like,
Nigga is Jasmine. Oh no, Jasmine Cashmere. Black men don't cheat. Let me stop.
Yeah, black men don't.
Let me stop while I'm ahead. Black men don't cheat. Go ahead,
Black men
Keith.
don't cheat. We don't, man. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. We don't cheat. He ain't do nothing with that girl, man. He got autographs with that girl.
He just gave her a ride home. That's all
That's
he
it,
did.
man. He just made sure she got home safe, man. God damn. He walked the dog when he got there. Like he was just being nice.
Okay, so was there anything y'all could take from this? It's like a lesson that y'all can like teach to other people.
What?
I do agree that dudes do make women like act the way they do. Like, cause she was saying, I remember there was one part she was saying that she had to like water herself down and like tone herself down in order to be in that relationship. And then
She said she believed. She said she had this thought, like she had this image that in order for her to be a wife, she had to water herself down and not
she
do
had
certain things. And
right.
What?
And she said that.
but
And
this is the way she was thinking.
yeah, and I
Okay.
thought that was very
Oh Lord.
interesting. I thought that was very, very interesting that she said that because, like, and Ray knows I've always said this. Like, man, we invented hoeing. Like all the shit that these women are doing, like we did it first. We were the blueprint. We were the niggas having like fucking families on the side, and like we be keeping
Bitch,
lists
don't
and
call
shit
my
like
phone.
that.
Bitch, don't
Like,
call my
don't call
phone.
the
Don't
phone,
call my
bruh.
phone. God
Like
damn
when
it.
it come to hoeing, like we fucking mastered the shit before anybody else. So I thought that it was very interesting that she said that because like usually when you have women like that, it's because they've gone through some shit or they've dealt with dudes who have played them for like who play them like a fiddle. So they
Right.
want to be the type of person to play the same game. You know what I'm saying? There were
Which
even
is
a
a
whole
very
bunch.
dangerous game.
Yeah, and there was even like I remember a time in like black society, like bro, we had music and movies to reflect that shit. Like we had that movie Two Can Play That Game and shit like that.
Or waiting
Like
to exhale was the optional.
yes,
That shit was
yes,
legendary. That
yes.
shit was
We like
legendary.
Wow.
it was
Everybody wanted to be Angela Bassett. Then
bruh. We had a
Man, that was
of
a
that
cool
shit.
scene though.
That's my
it
wife.
is a great thing.
That's my
It's a
wife.
great thing.
Yeah,
That's
we
my
had a
wife.
whole
Hey,
culture of that shit.
watch what I say.
I love Angela Bassett. You
I'm
know
just
that.
making.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure y'all said.
She was supposed to be Storm, man. I'm mad.
Shit.
I'm
But
I
glad
like
like
she
her
ain't
better
Storm.
as the Queen of Wakanda. I feel like that role
Exactly.
fits her
I
better.
think
Exactly.
that's what they did to
She don't
make up
need to be
for it
out there
because they're
fighting.
talking about it for years
She
before the
don't need to
first
be
X-Men
fighting.
came
She
out.
need to be out there making sure her son. She's somebody's mother.
Mhm.
Side note, I still don't think Halle Berry was bad. I just think the writing was terrible.
What was wrong is they took away her damn accent from the first movie. She had the African accent, then they took it away when the second movie came out and never came back. It was weird.
I'm not gonna
Kind of
lie.
turned us off.
I'm glad they did because Halle's accent was terrible. It was
Horrible. Horrible.
Now
Damn
I gotta listen
it.
to it. Now I'm curious.
it's bad.
It's
Messed it
only in the
up.
first movie.
But go ahead. Whoever we cut off, my bad.
nah. I was just saying, like, I just thought it was very interesting because I do say that the only reason why women be behaving like that is because of the shit that they have to deal with when it comes to like the men that they be fucking with. And it's so easy to tell people, oh, just pick better men and pick better women. But
Yeah, it's not that
like
easy.
it's not that easy. And another thing, like people can
I hate
switch up.
that. I hate when people say that too. It's just
Yeah.
like that was the better person.
That was like no, because people can switch up. That's what they don't really
In a
understand. Like
fucking
in a
heartbeat.
fucking
Mm-hmm.
heartbeat, it's like 1 minute they're this way, and then the
Yes.
next minute. Because there's a difference between switching up and making a mistake. Because if you make a mistake, you can hold yourself accountable, and then y'all can move on, provided
Right.
that the foundation of the relationship is strong. But when somebody switch up on you, like that's a betrayal. That's like some shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
yo, I like you betrayed my trust. You know
You
what I'm
need
saying?
therapy
That's
after it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's something that you don't just come back from. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you
No,
don't
you
just let
don't.
go of. that can actually scar you. That's why like a lot of dudes complain, oh, women just aren't as available and women always talking about their ex. Yeah, because the shit that they went through is traumatic. If somebody switched up on you like that, you be complaining too. And men are hella fucking dramatic when it comes to that shit. I seen it.
Yeah.
So on both sides, like if somebody switch up on you, we react because the shit hurt.
Woman.
Yeah, we react. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was just very interesting that she said that, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna fucking glance that over because, again, she represents this, fucking city girl, hot girl, hide your sons because I'm a fuck them all type shit,
right?
And then it's just like, nah, y'all are actually missing the point. Yeah, it's stepdaddy season, and also I love the fact that she was playing off that shit like a fucking heel. Like, okay, I'll be the bad guy. Y'all got the right one.
And
but
people
that's
was
the
falling
dangerous
for
part.
it too.
But that's the dangerous part because a girl that's been hurt like that, she needs serious therapy. It's no fucking shame with that because a lot of times you go to these men thinking that they can heal you and they ask healing too. They can't heal you and themselves. Some shit's gonna go down. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like get therapy because you want to show yourself that you love yourself, that you can actually show up for yourself. If you can't show up for yourself, you cannot depend on other people to show up for you because you haven't even taught them how to show up for you because you're still leaving yourself out to be played by all these motherfuckers. Now you picked up they weak ass games to keep continuously hurt yourself. Now you have a kid. Now what? They can't get all of you because you're not even all there for yourself. It's a really dangerous, fucked up game, but you can't see it unless, you go through some shit. So if you don't listen, you feel.
Any last words 100%. Before we move on to our final thoughts?
Play Razor Ramon theme song for the bad guy.
Of course.
I'm gonna just say this: a lot of people y'all really gotta stop falling for the banana in the tailpipes. Like when she was like hide your son, I knew it was a fucking troll. I know it was corny, but that's the
she said
first
she was hanging around 6'9".
Yeah, but no, but like when she was like hide your sons, I knew it was a troll. But I seen a lot of dudes on YouTube. They was making videos about it. It was like, and people was calling them predators. I was like, y'all know she's joking, right? It's just like, and then people was just like, no, she's serious. She a predator. I said, majority of the people there, she probably fucking with probably adults. Not like she's going to fucking high school like R. Kelly. And even though they was calling her R. Shelley, that was kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, but it was funny though. It was fucked up, but it was funny.
It's only a 6-age gap, and they're both past the age of 18. They're both legal drinking age. What is the fucking problem?
That boy playing the NBA. Get over it.
He can afford a family. What is the problem?
He can afford a family and another family. Get over it. Like that nigga got millions, man. Millions. Whatever decision he decided to make, we are not in his tax bracket to even care. He can afford to make.
Weird? Go ahead.
No, what you about to say? Go ahead.
The only thing that the only person I'm really thinking about is Nick Cannon and how she's on the couch, but not Nick Cannon.
People got at Nick Cannon. I know the Breakfast Club did, and then like he said some bullshit.
Alone, man. My man.
Nah, Nick Cannon said some bullshit that I didn't agree with, and I know I got at Nick Cannon because I was like, I don't agree with that bullshit. And it was like, I understand we're in a Eurocentric society, but I feel like a lot of people use that word too much for shit they try to get away with. That's just me.
Man, look, put it this way: Nick Cannon has a life-threatening disease. He had an epiphany, a change of heart, and he's living the way he's living. He made a life choice that he's going to plant a seed everywhere he goes until he can't plant no more.
I'm gonna change his name. What is the book that we read in school where the guy was planting everything so the trees can grow? I forgot that.
Damn.
Why am I thinking of Dolores? But it's not
Johnny
Dolores.
Appleseed.
Yeah, him. I'm gonna call him that.
Oh, a lot of people just call him Dick Cannon. That's what it was.
No fucking way. They do?
Yeah, and for a while his nickname was Dick Cannon, which was kind of funny.
I'm gonna call him Nick. I'm gonna call him Nick Saban because he's gonna have a football team by the time this shit done.
Yep, it's him, Future, Boozy,
Fetty
Wap got about 9. Young Boy got about 11.
Future is rewriting history, man.
Future want to hang with Jada Pinkett Smith, but we get to that another time.
It's well deserved.
It's kind of creepy because what do these celebrities know that we don't know that they having all these damn kids? It's like, is this the Hunger Games type of shit? Like, I need to figure out some shit.
I just think they like fucking. I personally think they just like fucking.
I feel like, the world they live in, there's a lot of fucking attractive people that you like around. So, sometimes you can't help yourself, especially like because most rappers and shit, like they come from the hood, like they be broke. And once they get to that fucking status, bro, it's just a whole bunch of they have access to like people that they've never had access to before. And they get caught up in that shit.
I agree with that. Because I've always said this. One thing about regular women and regular men is like regular women, you could do nothing. And I think, Crystal, you said you could probably wear some of the most baggiest clothes or some of the most stuff that probably wouldn't even match. And some dude is going to look at you like, I'm going to holler at that girl. She look good. And some men, like, I've seen men that, dress to the nines and still get dissed by women and all that other stuff. So when they get a little bit of fame,
that is the worst.
Yeah, that is the worst. So when they get a little fame and the dude just and the person just want them just to fuck them, sometimes that shit throw you off. I remember when I got into a relationship and all of a sudden girls would just holler at me for no reason. I was just like, where was y'all when I was single?
They always do that shit. It's like a fucking radar.
Oh man.
Soon as somebody shows some interest in you, they crawl out the fucking woodwork. Hey, big head.
I always liked you. I always thought you was cute.
But you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
I figured out that game in high school when my friend Kemuel, he wasn't getting no girls. And I said, okay, watch this. So we're going to act like we're going out together. About 6 girls. He had 6 girls' numbers at the end of the day. I kid you fucking not. I kid you fucking not. And he was the type of nerd. Like, you can look at him and be like, yep, he's a nerd. Like, what happened now? So after the 6,
somehow y'all sense it. I don't know what's going on.
Every girl he asked, okay, so what made you interested? And they would beat around the bush, and then eventually, when he would be dating them 3 days in, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we heard Chris was with you, and I don't even like that bitch," and blah blah blah. And then that's what make him dump them. But at the end of the day, he got one. He got one that was true. But anyway, it's fucked up.
Out of 6, god damn.
We live in bad times, brother.
First off, shout out to Crystal being the perfect wingman. Shout out to Crystal being a wingman.
Hey, shout out to Chris. Hey, you got a wingman award.
Shoot, I don't mind.
We need more like you.
This is why we say God bless you. This is why.
I swear, because you're a wingman too. You need a card so you can like people can call you.
Yo,
I've seen it work though.
That's another business. Shoot.
Shit, that isn't. It's like fuck pickup artists. Just like, look, here's a wingman and all that stuff. Is just like you bring her around, get all nice and all this. I always liked you. I don't know why you with that bitch. She don't even look.
Take those hits.
I've seen that. Like what Chris was talking about. I've seen that shit personally. He's like, what?
It works. It works. Forget a wingman. You're a wingwoman.
What was you saying, D Wolf?
No, I was saying she's gonna take those hits for you, yo. Respect.
I don't know why you with that bitch.
Well, yo, you gotta hear that story from who you wingmanning for. I'm like, shit, you're a real friend. If you could deal with these cunts. saying that shit about
Oh
saying
no,
that shit about you like
you
nonstop.
got
Oh
charged.
yeah.
You got charged double for that though.
Yeah, right. Especially if I'm having a bad
honestly,
day. Man.
honestly, and this is why I think Hitch is Will Smith's greatest movie. Is just like I learned a lot from that movie, but
You come 90, I come 10.
But all right, we're gonna get to our final thoughts, and we're gonna start with Q. All right, Q, I already know what this is about, so go ahead.
Oh my God. Okay, so what this truly is about is men contradicting everything that they have lived for and made a name for to try to promote their name and to promote somebody who obviously isn't somebody that appeals to the regular crowd, but instead of falling in line and being like everybody else and understanding where everybody else is coming from, you decide to go against the grain that you created, and then try to enforce something on people to make it seem like it's okay because of who you are. Who I am talking about is Whack 100. I don't understand this entire concept of you creating this narrative that 6ix9ine is right for what he is doing, and he's okay with creating beefs with people such as Meek Mill, somebody who has a criminal record and just basically got out of jail for violating his parole, which was when he was riding motorcycles through his neighborhood and not doing anything illegal. He just got out of jail for that. And because he decided that when he got in the presence of 6ix9ine, he decided to take a the high road, while 6ix9ine tried to provoke him the entire time while they were around each other. You make it seem like because I watched the interview that he had with Gilly the Kid and Wallow, and he tried to justify a lot of the things that 6ix9ine did, and in a way where he was defending, and like it was more so like he was trying to attack the people who who weren't comfortable, and it pisses me off because you're supposed to be a crip. I don't know if he's a blood or a crip or whatever, but he's
He,
supposed to be somebody.
Pyro.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like for you to be Pyru and you allow this person who not only infiltrated your what you stand for as far as a gang member, he also went against the code that you supposedly died for when you were an active gang member, and then you turn out to try to defend him as if what he did was wrong. That man, that man made all those hits out to those rappers and people, and when everybody else got caught, he decided to rat everybody out that he sent to go do certain shit. When nobody did nothing if 6ix9ine didn't tell him to do it, because that's who he was. So I don't understand how anybody would even want to defend somebody like that when you're in the line of work that you were in your former life. I think his name suits him. I just think his name suits him very well. Whack 100.
Is that it, Q?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Whack 100 either, so I agree with you. I don't know. Something about it was just like he be low key dry snitching too. He was
Yeah,
just
he do a
shit.
lot of dry snitching. He do a lot of try to fake G checking because he know that people have statures and they're trying to keep their image, and they trying to feed their fucking families and shit. And because you don't have nothing else to do, like why? Like this is he was a convicted felon that got out on parole because like he's already going through something is what I'm saying. And for him to change his entire life to try to be a better individual, and somebody like you that wants to try to provoke him and put him in a situation where it's like he can go back to jail, and instead of trying to influence him and be a positive role model in his life, being as though that you've been through shit and you've done shit and you've gotten over the hump, you instead try to create this false image on him as if he's a punk ass bitch, and in reality it shouldn't even be that deep, even if he was or he wasn't. It's just the fact that you feel like you need to try to, justify whether he is or he isn't, and it makes you look less of a man.
All right. Is that it, Q?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Dion is on you.
All right. I got two things, and I'm gonna try to be fast as possible. So, okay, I finally watched The Closer by Dave Chappelle. I get how not some, but vast majority of what he said can ruffle some feathers. I get it, but he did and said all of that shit for a damn good reason. And everybody getting all hot and bothered about, whatever statements he made or whatever. It's just prime example of people listening for the sole purpose of having something to react to, not actually listening to learn from what the man had to fucking say. Because if you actually paid attention, he's teaching big lessons through his comedy, through the things he's been doing and saying in his shows. And people are way too busy being butthurt and offended over meager shit. So there's that. And the second thing, to you motherfuckers in Philadelphia who were on that train when what happened to that woman happened, I hope all y'all rot in hell. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up. Crystal was on you.
All right. So, the only thing that I have to say is, okay. The only thing I have to say is if you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. And that's a quote that I pulled from Facebook. They always have memes and stuff. And that statement is so fucking true. At times we get complacent and comfortable of where we're at, and we've worked so hard to even get to a certain place. We're like, oh, I'm staying here. I don't want to move. And sometimes we end up sabotaging our own progress by getting with people that ain't going nowhere, by encouraging people that your encouraging words falls on deaf ears, which is draining to you as a person, which takes away from where you need to go in life. So all I'm saying is that if you got to cut off toxic people, cut them the fuck off. If you have to even tell loved ones, hey, this is my time. If you're not going to join me of where I'm going, you need to go. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's empowering. I think we need to invest in ourselves in all aspects of life, not just saying, oh, well, I've known this person for 20 years. I'm going to stay with them. And while they draining you of all of your power, of all of your energy, of telling them what they need to do. If they don't know where they need to go and what they need to do by now, it makes no sense for you to waste energy. In fact, you're taking away your progress by putting your energy in them. So all I'm saying is invest in yourself, but it goes in all aspects. Write down a chart, a to-do list of what you need to do so you can keep focused. Because at times we get a lot of problems coming at us at one time, and everybody's looking at us sometimes to help them. And we're looking at you, okay, well, can I get through with just brushing my teeth? So before the morning even start, we have to take time, and it's okay for self-care. It's okay to say, look, if you really love me, you'll give me the time that I need. So invest in yourself and put up boundaries, safe, healthy boundaries. And if people can't respect it, and you got to be scared to tell them what's going on in your life to put up those boundaries, then they need to fucking go. So you can keep moving and progress and get the blessings that were meant for you. Because if you have blessings coming towards you and you got this person in your face, you're not going to get those blessings and you're going to stay in the same place. That's all I got to say.
All right, D Wolf is on you. Hallelujah, Crystal.
Yep, and it is empowering. I felt that. All I gotta say is, I think Colin Kaepernick should have quit while he was ahead, because I haven't seen what is that on Netflix or something? He did some.
It's on Netflix.
I saw a clip on Twitter, and straight up, okay, because when he compared football to slavery, okay, he used the wrong example, because I want to know what slave makes millions of dollars, and if that's the case, how much are the little kids in China getting for your sneakers, for making your sneakers? Like if you didn't know what he was about, and all you knew he was a famous athlete, you just saw that video and you see the context of that video, you swear it was a Funny or Die, and they're just parroting, right? Because we know that these people make money. We know that the people that make your shit make nothing, and a lot of them kill them fucking selves. So let's prioritize what we're talking about here. It just came out of nowhere. I just found it funny, and like I want to know what people like who agreed with it like think of that part.
Personally, I hate when anybody compares anything to slavery. It's just stop.
We don't know. We weren't there.
Please stop. It's just like anytime when someone compares things to slavery, it's just like I cringe. Whether I don't know if they're right or wrong, but majority of the times they're wrong. But it's just like, please stop. Especially if you're getting paid to live wealthy a good amount. I understand, like I said, mental health is one thing and all that other stuff, and we should really prioritize that. I'm fully aware of that, but there are times where it's just like, come on, bro, it's not slavery, all right? Especially when you volunteer to do it.
Yep, and he's using us too, because he ain't talking about the slave trade. He's talking about us in particular as slaves. And he's using black athletes who are making millions doing their dream fucking, career and comparing it. Like, you gonna take that away from them, man? How all of them agree with that? Let's stop. Don't use them. You could have used something else, yo. You could have just brought up what's going on in where's Gaddafi from again?
Who?
Gaddafi?
Oh,
yeah. Libya. What about the slave trade going on with our people there today? Like, why don't you bring that up?
Yeah,
because it implicates who you. It's insane. So yeah, wow. Fucking look like a Funny or Die video. It was insane.
Does this make Ray?
The way you dressed up too.
Ray, does this make you wonder? Is this part of the reason why he got blackballed so fast in the NFL?
No, I think what he was doing was correct, but it's just like sometimes, it's just like D. Will said. Sometimes you just talk too much. Just shut up. When I don't know if y'all play like some of them games where like The Walking Dead, the Telltales, and when they tell you silence is a valid option. Sometimes you could like talk yourself out of stuff when you're already in there. Just shut the fuck up and just let things ride. I don't know. That's just me. Is that it, D Wolf?
We don't know how to win.
Yeah, we don't know how to win. We don't.
We don't know how to win.
You know what it remind me of when CeeLo Green beat that rape. He beat a rape case that was allegedly put on him, and he beat it, and yet he still kept trying to talk after he beat it. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up. You won.
Yeah, it's just I turned into Pinky from Friday. It's just like just shut up. Oh,
what the fuck did I say? Nigga, oh shit! Say it again. Say something else. Say it again.
Body, you do that too well.
He has a voice for it.
Nigga.
I'm really good at it. I've always been really good at impressions.
Now you ain't got no gun, but where the weed at?
Oh God.
Oh man. Father is on you.
So first thing is first. I have a networking event tomorrow, so hopefully that goes well. And I only have $5 in my bank account.
I'm sorry.
I'm going through it.
I'm sorry. I just hated the way you delivered that.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean,
that's my.
if man's is struggling, shit.
You know what? It's gotten to the point where I don't even care anymore because
No,
I've
it,
damn near tried everything. So I'm just chilling.
it, it,
I'm good.
it wasn't about the struggle, Dion. It was the fact that like he started it off with something great, like, oh, he got a network event. Okay, that's great. And then he's like, oh, I only got $5 in my bank
Yeah, I
account.
only got $5 in my bank
Like,
Yeah,
account.
damn, man.
I see what you mean in that regard.
Yeah, like, damn, bro. Like, you
I
got
mean,
excited for nothing. Like,
Nah,
the
man,
fuck?
it's all good. Nah, it's all
but
good.
that's more reason to be excited for him. Like
Yeah,
shit, he
shit.
needs
Let's get this
this.
money, big dog. You know what to do.
Bruh. But I was doing so good. And then, but we still move. But
That's a
yeah,
part
those are
of
my final thoughts.
that's a part of being American. Doing so good, and then going right back to shit.
Literally.
That's it, Father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A couple things. Amara Lineker's pregnant. Congratulations.
Damn,
Uh,
someone beat me to it.
nigga, please.
I'm not
Let
even
me
I'm not
let me
even gonna
dream, nigga.
respond. I am
Let me
not even
dream.
gonna
Let me
fucking
dream. Shut
respond.
up. Let me
Who was
dream.
pregnant again?
You
Let me
should have
dream.
kept
Amara
that in your
Lineker.
cerebral cortex.
Shut up. Let me dream. I don't give a fuck.
Let me dream. Nigga, you got a wife.
I'm
Right.
so
That's besides the
Like,
point.
damn.
That's besides the point.
Lord.
He's
No,
pulling
Please.
a
that's
He's
exactly
pulling
the
a Polly
point.
right now.
He's pulling the poly. Yeah, sweet blue Jesus. That's good. Also, there was a chart that was talking about prices for haircuts, and I seen $55 for an adult haircut.
Oh
I
fuck
don't know
no.
who. Yeah, I don't know who in the right mind is paying for a $55 haircut when it used to be damn near 15. I don't know how. I know inflation happens, but going from what 15 and giving them a $5 tip, so you just like $20 to fucking 55. You were
The
fucking
most
high.
I've
I
ever
don't.
paid for a haircut is 25. I don't know where the fuck
Same.
Nigga,
what
I paid for 25 once, and that was the last professional haircut I got. And them niggas took an hour and shit, and he was trying to like, I don't. I came from the era where like you get a $20 haircut and they're done in like 30 minutes, and you still look good. So it's just like
right.
I don't know why these new barbers be taking like an hour long for a fucking haircut.
Because
But
they
that's
be
just me.
talking to everybody else in the shop while they in the process of cutting your shit.
Nah, see,
No,
that's
no,
called
it's not
barber
even
etiquette.
that.
That's called barber etiquette, my nigga. They gotta talk. If they not talking, then you should be afraid in that barbershop.
The talking is not the problem. It's them trying to be all detailed and like putting out different type of fucking. I was like, nigga, if you don't just cut my fucking hair, it's just. But then again, like I think I've been spoiled by like barbers with that's like could do like twice the work in half their times and shit. So
No. Can
I'm
we
a
go
very
back?
impatient person. I hate lying, so I'm a very impatient person.
Can we go back to the person who said you should be afraid? Why? What's going on in that barbershop? I've never really been to a barbershop, so
No, it's just it's a vibe. Like you're not in a real barbershop if they not talking about something that has nothing to do with shit that's going on. Like they always
oh, okay.
like they talk.
You
This
made
is
it sound.
it's the barber etiquette. Like it's only right that he's talking and cutting at the same time. As long as he knows what he's doing while he does that. If you go to the first barber in that barbershop, there's a chair. If you go to the first chair, by
Mm-hmm.
God, I pray for you. Okay? You never go. You
Yeah,
never
that's
go.
life or death.
You never go to the first chair. There's only one barbershop that I know that actually has the best barber at the first chair. And that's because he owned that son of a bitch and he want everybody
oh,
to see
okay.
him. He wants everybody to see him. So that's just that. But the point, it's certain things that you don't like. Would you go to a hair salon that didn't gossip about shit that you don't care about?
No, you're right.
Exactly.
It's a hominess to it.
It
If
just
that even
feels
a
good.
real
Like
word.
you feel like you know the girl that they talking about that caught their man cheating with the sister. Like you just feel
Right.
like, bitch, for real? Oh, you did not tell me Toya boyfriend then goddamn sleeping with his goddamn sister. I told you to tell that nigga he ain't shit. Like y'all, that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. So it's the same thing in the barbershop. I gotta hear people talking shit about who better, Kobe or LeBron.
Yeah, especially when it's about basketball.
Like,
It's the best
especially
time
when
to
it's
have
about
best time to get your hair cut
that's the
when it's
best
basketball
time to get
season.
a haircut, nigga. It's
So,
like
so I have
shit,
a quick
bitch.
question. If y'all in a barbershop where the girls are twerking, right? Would you consider that like a real barbershop or like a mini strip club type place? Like,
Exactly.
is
I
it
was
like
about to
a
say, where do you see that at?
in the Dominican Republic, they have, man, I'll just share it on YouTube. I mean on Facebook. But yeah, it's these girls twerking in the Dominican Republic and while the guys are getting their hair cut. Y'all
You
didn't
know
see
what?
that?
That doesn't surprise me that it's
I
in
wouldn't get
Dominican
my hair
Republic.
cut.
I thought she was gonna say Atlanta or some shit.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not trying to be all rude, but it reminded me of a porno I watched with Lacey Duvall in there, where they
Oh
walk to
my
the boat like
god,
it's
you trifling bitch.
Did you
the
just
fact
say
that you
Lacey
said that,
Duvall?
yeah, the fact that it was Lacey Duvall and two other
Legend.
Spanish girls, and Q, you know what the fuck I'm talking about because the way you responded,
You
you know
trifling
exactly
son
which
of a
one I'm
bitch.
talking about.
Nah, I'm sorry, Crystal.
Oh
It's a
God.
couple of at growing up. It's a couple of pornos that damn near scar you, cause you like, how the fuck are they doing this shit? Like
Was
the
that one of them?
porno, like for
Oh
real, the
God.
porno where she's fucking in the in the fucking the drive-through is
Oh
legendary.
no!
Oh, the Popeyes
Oh
thing, yeah.
Lord!
Yeah.
Jayla Fox, who's that? Jayla Fox.
Yeah, I think
Oh man,
so.
that shit was legendary. I'm telling
Bro, that
No,
is a
you're
hood
right.
classic.
you, like for real.
That one's a classic.
Like
Everybody.
if that wasn't under somebody's bed in your house, you need to get a new house. Like for real, they not real for real. like that shit was terrible. Man, I love my childhood. My father
All
scarred the
right.
shit out of me.
All right, and that's the last thing I will talk about because we was talking about the girls that pop up when you have a girlfriend that always like you. He's like the one thing that always used to get on my nerves because I used to get this a lot. It's like when it's like a crush or a girl that you like, they moved away to like another state or something like that, and y'all catch up, and
Oh.
they hit you with the "I always like I always liked you," all that stuff. But I was
Gets
too
me
shy
so
to
mad.
even do that. Yo, that gets me so mad because they be halfway
Yeah.
across the fucking state. It's just like, why?
Well,
Why?
bitch,
We could
I'm
have
too
had
shy to
it
answer.
I
all.
don't care anymore.
I'm too shy to answer.
At a young age, you pray they tell you that, yo. Then they tell you later you get
Bruh,
pissed. Because we're too shy, we don't know what to do. We know what we want. We know we will take care of you, but we don't know how to start that shit. And oh
I don't
man.
know. I don't know. As a
You could
kid,
have spared me.
I wasn't shit as a young man. Like I didn't have the morals and respect that I got now. I had to grow into it and understand it. So back in the day, I pray that anybody who wanted to say that to me say it now. Because if you said it back then, I didn't give a fuck about you. Like I'm gonna just be real. So it'll hit different now than it would back then. To be honest with you. Like
honestly,
now,
that's why I shoot my shot now at people. It's just like if I like you, and like I don't want that to happen again. To where it's just a person that I like, and all of a sudden she liked me too, but we just too afraid. That's why I shoot my shot now. And I tell every person like, because you don't want that. Because usually when that happens, it's always someone you really, really, really like, and it's just like, damn. Now they're gone. Now they're like in a different state. Or this is funny, like they're married to someone else, and they just hit you with, I always liked you, and they're married to someone else. It's just like, why are you telling me this now?
I know. I be wanting to meet them just to beat they fucking ass.
like where's your husband?
Where's your husband?
That's how I be thinking. Like when motherfuckers do that shit to me, I really be like, and how does your boyfriend feel about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't look. I will shoot his ass. I ain't got time for it. You might not want to talk to me. I will shoot the shit out your nigga. Like your all that love and shit will be over with fucking with me, and I will go about my fucking day. Like, so you might want to be truthful before you risk your love, because that shit will be gone. I'm not wasting my time with none of you motherfuckers.
I ain't got that form of energy.
Niggas is crazy over these. Niggas is excuse my language, Crystal. Niggas is crazy over pussy these days. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right, because I still have an ex that I've known for 15 years now. Still talking about how he can beat up the person that I was with. So, yeah.
Wow.
But did he?
For 15 years, god damn.
but did he whoop his ass?
He's in a whole nother country, thank God. He's in Germany, so it's all good.
But did he whoop his ass?
Yo, Crystal, you got that voodoo on him or some shit like that, where he's in another country
and
he's
you
thinking
made
about
him
you?
whoop that ass like that? he had to beat that nigga ass for even coming near you.
Nah, it's deep.
Oh man, it's way deeper than that. All right, okay. Crystal got niggas fighting for love.
In different states, in different countries. Excuse me.
God.
Nigga, no matter where, how far. I will find my love to you. Our love is so strong that it will never die.
Just say the word. I give up all these German white women for you.
Oh God.
I just never had nobody like you.
Now y'all, it's like y'all are in
you different. You different.
Oh, you just lucky we not playing music. We be real petty.
It's something about you.
Oh yeah, I definitely be playing hoes and area codes. Just
wow.
Nah, you gotta go.
Nah,
you gotta go pimping all over the world. You gotta go with pimping all over the world, man.
Nah,
that works too.
Been around the world and
I can't find my name.
That song the same again. Thanks, y'all.
Oh shit, man! God,
I fucking love that song too. I'll be bopping it.
Been around the world and yeah.
Did y'all see that
90s, yo?
Disney
Telling you.
What'd you say, Crystal?
Remember when that song came? Okay, I'm showing my age, but anyway. Did y'all see that? Did y'all hear that song play on the Disney Club or whatever?
The Been Around the World joint?
90s, they had that song. They reenacted the whole video and shit.
You mean the Mickey Mouse Club?
Yeah.
With what's his name?
I said it so wrong.
Y'all old as shit.
With Justin Timberlake
Young
and Britney
Spears and and what's his name from Baby Driver and all that?
Come on, man. Y'all old as hell.
Driver,
man.
Driver.
I didn't get to experience that shit.
Justin Timberlake?
Yeah. Nah. Damn,
man, I'm mad, bro. I didn't get
Emma Watson, Emma Stone again. that musical.
Way, man. Fuck that. I don't want y'all, man. No. I ain't get to experience that shit. I didn't get.
Hey, yo, speaking of Emma Stone, this is all topic, but if y'all haven't seen Cruella on Disney Plus, oh my God,
I want to.
That shit was epic. That shit was epic.
Hey, Emma Stone did her thing in that movie. I can't lie.
I want to watch it with my kids.
I don't think you want to watch that with the kids right now. No, you can't. No, you can. They're old enough. They're old enough.
It's one that's 7 though, so I don't know.
She'll be alright. He or she'll be alright.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay, but it is epic.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I don't know. Something about Emma Stone just bothers me. I couldn't see it. I have to either watch. I have to see Glenn Close come back or Eartha Kitt look alike to match the cartoon. or something because she was fucking black. I don't care what anyone says. Cruella was black. Someone get a Eartha Kitt look-alike and have her try that shit because I know she was just like what's her name from Little Mermaid? You know, Ursula. Yeah, you know she was designed. Yo, she looked like if Eartha Kitt was a cartoon and was a bad guy. Like they know what to do. That's what I saw.
Definitely pull the lever, crunk. That's oh my god.
I love him. That's my favorite Disney movie, by the way. Emperor's New Groove.
It is? Really?
Yes. It's my favorite. I love that movie. That movie is hilarious.
That's a hard question for me. What's my favorite Disney movie?
Is that it used to be The Jungle Book, and then like for some when I watched that, I said, "Yo, this is like my favorite movie."
Nah, it's I think I'm showing my age when I say this one. Finding Nemo.
You're not showing your age. It's like everybody's right.
I love Finding.
That's so fresh to me.
I love.
For me, it's Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin.
For me, it's Aladdin.
I'm mad. I haven't finished the third one, yo.
I've seen all three, but like none of them.
Halfway through the third one.
None of them, like the original was. Yeah.
I didn't like Aladdin. Don't judge me.
Nah, I'm judging you.
The Will Smith joint, the one when Will Smith was the genie was whack, but it wasn't Will Smith that was whack in that movie. Everything else was whack. Will Smith.
I just don't like the live action shits they're doing when they remake it into live action. It just bothers me.
I haven't watched any of the live action ones. I can't convince myself to watch them.
They're terrible.
I can't do it.
Oh, they're terrible.
They just CGI the Lion King and cut out scenes. What's the excuse? Come on. I can do it. And they're all fake. What's the point? But live action?
Yeah, they're all terrible. Especially Aladdin. Aladdin is disappointing to watch. At least in my opinion. Except for the ending where it has this old Bollywood vibe, which is really good. But other than that, the whole movie is trash.
The one with Will Smith?
Yeah. But I like Will Smith as the genie. He was like the only redeeming part of that movie. Everybody else was whack.
Everybody was too damn fucking jolly. And half of the people didn't all those sing-alongs, like, come on now. You really do.
Everybody's so fucking happy.
So basically it turned into a Tyler Perry movie. No pun.
It sure
How do we do this?
You know what?
How do we do this?
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
What are y'all so happy for?
It's going to happen every time. I don't like Tyler Perry. I'm sorry.
Okay. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'd like to thank the panel for jumping on to another podcast. I'd like to thank for y'all listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What? Let me just say podcast, and we're signing off. Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.